Hey, welcome everyone. This is our session of Ptolus. It's our third session of the game. We are missing a few people today. Benjamin will not be with us today, but Opal will take over his character, just to make sure that the group doesn't die basically. And Samuel will be a bit late, but he'll be coming in later.
Okay, I'll jump in. A
Sorry,
couple of
do you have any
announcements.
announcements?
Yes, I do. If you are not following us on Twitter, please go do so. We post some updates and some other fun things. The link is in the panel below, as well as our YouTube channel where we're uploading past sessions. We just released episode 13 of Wanderer's Path today. So go check that out in the panels below. There's also some other information on the different characters and who we are, etc. So that is great. Yes. And then other things, we have our I think 20th episode of Wanderer's Path tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So be sure to pop in to check out those shenanigans. The other thing is that we have unlocked another emote slot. So stay tuned. We have commissioned another emote, and that will be coming shortly, as well as an emote for the 1K bits badge. So that's pretty exciting. I've seen some of the mock-ups from our artist, and they're absolutely great. So, yeah. I do I have any other announcements? I don't think so. I think that's it. Yeah.
Thank you very,
Great.
very much, Zari. That was wonderful.
You're welcome. I try.
All right, so we pick up on another day in Ptolus. You guys are eating breakfast at the Ghostly Minstrel. It's the I'm sorry. The floor is about half full, basically. Just patrons eating breakfast, chatting. Some waking up. Some already eager to get the day started. Presently, your group is at a table just eating breakfast when a tall, good-looking, fit man with brown hair and a beard approaches your table. Morning, my name is Man Shaben, a priest at the Temple of Ash. It has come to my attention that you have run afoul of a criminal named Vagar. Would you mind telling me about it?
Can you repeat his name one more time for my brain?
Sure, Man Shaben.
Okay.
I will post it inside Roll20.
Oh.
I did not spell that right. Honestly, I think
Really hard?
Candle has great fun seeing my bastardized spellings of his names in the journal. Okay. Okay.
Would you mind telling me of your experience with the criminal named Vagar?
Well, the criminal named Vagator, is he yes, he was part of the Pill Dogs, and he was hired to kill a really sweet pregnant woman, and we ran across her, and then we went and tracked it down, and then they attacked us, and so we killed them out of self-defense.
Yes, this tracks with the research that I've made. I've heard of your exploits defeating the Invisible Stalker, and my employer is in need of some. Discussing this here, but suffice it to say that I would like to hire your group to perform a somewhat risky venture. If you'd be
Are we just
interested,
gonna ignore the fact that someone died here yesterday? I don't understand why we're still staying here.
well, be that as it may be, if you want to accommodation, that's entirely up to you. But what I'm offering you is a job. If you're interested, you can meet me at Castle Shard this afternoon. Lords at Castle Shards are friends of mine, and they have a small concern in this matter. Ash looks favorably upon them because of their importance to Ptolus. If you're interested, you can meet me there this afternoon. I'll take my leave. If you
Okay,
want to join us, that is
wait.
fine.
May I ask how you heard of flight?
It's my employer, Lord Zevere. He has taken an interest in the criminal named Vagger and his enterprise. He was quite relieved when you took care of it for him. There's a connection that to the criminal enterprise that loose end, as you might say, that he would like you to look into.
DM, will you drop that name in the chat as well,
Sure.
please? And
Who's
then
back
also,
here again?
can I insight? Vagger was the dude who hired the two dudes to kill.
Oh, right.
And then we found the ledger that went back and said, "Yo, he was hired by Methuselah Watcher." Can I insight check this guy just because I'm
Sure
looking to
can.
see, like, first of all, if he's telling the truth and if this seems refutable or if it's trap type idea.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, that is a natural 1 with a total of 6.
You believe that he believes what he said.
Okay, great, great. Then one more question. How much money are we talking for this venture?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't handle the money side of the business. You'll have to talk to Lord Zevere about that.
All right, all right.
He's quite a skilled businessman. I'm sure you guys will be able to an understanding.
All right. We appreciate it very much. Thank you for thinking of us.
All right, so if you're interested, come to Castle Shards this afternoon. If you're looking where it is, well, it's in the Noble's Quarter. Any guard will be able to tell you where it is. Have a great day.
You as well. Okay. Samuel's not here, but I would immediately ask him what he knows of this Lord Zevere.
Well, Zevere and his wife, Lady Rill, are well regarded in Ptolus as being fair but tough individuals, keeping track of all their businesses to make sure they're operating properly. They have several trading ships and own warehouses and shops all across town. Rumors have started spreading that some of their guests have started disappearing and that they eat babies. People are starting shunning them.
Oh, well, is this somebody that we want to do business with then? Or is it somebody that we go doing business with that we are also kind of investigating though too, just in case?
Was that?
Are you guys
Oh.
okay? Holo?
Yeah.
Dario? You guys are both?
I thought she
Oh.
was talking to you.
Did I cut out?
Oh, and just there was a lot in conversation. I heard your question. I just wasn't sure if Holo and Rosario did.
Oh, that was aimed at Samuel.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it.
Ah, okay. Well, if there is a crime afoot, I would certainly want to investigate it and put a stop to it.
You said that there were people were questioning them now and doing what?
Well, the town criers have been spewing a lot of crazy rumors recently. Not just about Lord Zevere, but about several other houses as well.
That is very odd. Well, in my opinion, it's not always bad to go, even if they have a bad reputation. Then you can gather more dirt on them, and if something happens, you can just, double cross them.
If there's something wrong with them, I would certainly want to investigate them and bring them to justice.
Yes, bring them to justice. And also get the money along the way, because I'm also just very concerned about poor Fawn. And if Vaggers are only real key to this, then I suppose.
What do you think? Been awfully quiet.
I mean, it sounds like maybe they're like a crime family secretly that they do like
We certainly
s-
have crime families here in Ptolus.
Mhm. Sounds like maybe they're doing some like shady side business, like we're taking out their competitor.
Ooh, that would be so interesting. I did not think of that. Good job, Tom. Also, by the way, how are you doing today, knowing that you're this rune bearer and whatever?
I mean, I don't. I'm still processing. I have no idea what it really means.
That is fair, neither do I. Franklin seemed to know a lot more.
Yeah.
And Franklin, if you don't want to stay here, we can always just ask this Lord Zevere to put us up in a better place.
If that's what you want to do, okay.
You were the one who was saying that you didn't want to stay here.
Yeah, Tom might be hunted again. This would probably be the first place they look.
That is very fair. Although, if people are hunting me, I want them to hunt me to my face, not behind my back. It's easier to evade.
Well, I mean, if they're hunting me, I'd want to go to a place maybe with a lower population, so there's no people who get hurt.
Lower population would be best.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we meeting with this guy? Are we checking this out? I mean, it's probably a chance to make some money.
I mean, we still haven't found out who's hunting this or why exactly they're hunting this girl.
Exactly. And I want to know who this Methul Watcher person is. And also, maybe if the Lord knows rumors like he knew about us and he knew about the Invisible Stalker and everything, maybe he knows rumors about who impregnated Fawn and why this Methul Watcher person wants her dead. Because if you have your ear to the ground, then you have your ear to the ground.
Right. Yeah, I think we should check it out.
Well,
Well,
I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do,
I mean, I already said yeah.
Franklin.
Mhm.
Or can I still call you Sparky?
I would prefer if you didn't.
Okay. She's like visibly pouting just a little bit.
He
Little
goes
ear.
when he sees, he's like, "Oh," and then he just looks back down into his book.
Aw.
All right, so you have decided to meet up with Zevere and his castle in the Noble's Quarter. The meeting was for the afternoon. It is roughly 10 a.m. right now. Is there something you guys would like to do in the meantime, or would you like to just skip and go directly to the meeting?
Can try working on the smoke bombs again.
Sure.
How much did it cost?
You do have the recipe, but you ran out of ingredients. Ingredients was roughly 8 gold to the base ingredients, and are 5 gold for the main catalyst of the smoke bomb.
So
If you want to try again,
if I want to try with the mode I have, it's 5.
if you want to try with the with what you have, it would be 8 for the other ingredients.
I guess I'll give them 8.
Right, so you go to Dunsbury's to gather the ingredients. The shopkeeper recognizes you. He offers you his assistant Tony again if you want to try under his supervision.
It costs money, or is it like?
Oh, at the moment, Tony is in an apprenticeship, so it would actually be helpful for Tony as well to experiment.
Okay. Then yeah.
All right, so the ingredients is our 8 gold, so mark out 8 gold. And yeah, roll a. I'm sorry, what did you do? What did we roll last time? Was it an intelligence check, I believe?
I have alchemist tools.
Okay, so roll an alchemist tools check. Awesome. Yes, you are after several hours of tinkering around, making sure that this time around your proportions are adequate, and you follow the instructions to the letter. With the help of Tony guiding you in several key steps, you are able to finish a bomb that does not explode in your face, and that you're reasonably sure will work properly.
And I only have one.
Well, you'll have 3 of them.
I have 3. Okay. And I'll turn back to
So what it does is, upon detonation, it creates a cloud that obscures vision in a 20-foot radius, diameter. I'm sorry, 20-foot diameter. It lasts for 10 rounds.
Okay. Okay. And I'll come back to the group. Done.
In the meantime, Opal, Franklin, did you have anything you two would like to do?
No, not really.
I kind of want to go see if I can track down Mr. Key in the church. Just like I wouldn't put like a ton of time into it, but just like nose around a little bit.
Certainly. Make an investigation check.
Okay. I am kind of more asking around the like I'll press a couple coins into like a couple copper into one of the urchins on the streets and just ask them. So that's a 13.
All right. So yes, they do direct you to the temple district. Most of the churches, I'm sorry, most of the religions do have a church in the temple district. They do recognize your. Sorry, can you tell the stream your religion, the religion of Mr. Key?
Yes, I was asking around for the Church of Lyra. So she's the goddess of illusion.
All right, so they do recognize the Church of Lyra. It is not a well-known church. There's not a lot of followers, although the followers that they do have are extremely devout. It would be in the Temple District on the Golden Elm Way and at the corner of Golden Elm Way and Runic Street.
And what street?
Runic Street.
Okay.
So on the map, it would be roughly here-ish.
No, I love that so much. Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, then I will try to like track down the church, but I'm not going to go in. I'm going to kind of sit and watch comings and goings for like about 30 minutes and see if I see anything weird.
No, everything seems legit. You do see two town criers going into the building, and yeah, that's about all you see. Everything else is just normal business.
Okay. All right, then I guess I'll go in.
All right. So the temple is actually functioning more like an office. Top floor I'm sorry, the street level floor is more like an office than an actual temple. You see several clerks going about their businesses, several people discussing, kind of having water cooler talk, discussing information that they've gathered across the town, what would be the best way to gather information in certain sectors, stuff like that.
Okay. Do I see Mr. Key at all?
Oh, you do not see Mr. Key. A clerk arrives. She is a female dwarf. She looks up at you. Oh, are you here to... What's the reason of your visit? Is it a pilgrimage? Are you here to give a donation to the church?
Let's just say that by the Mistchato I've been involved several times. One of my compatriots passed through here several days ago and said that he was staying here in town. I'm not necessarily looking to get connected with him, but if you see him, let him know that the cute tabaxi came searching.
Well, the Temple of the Mist Shadows certainly appreciates another follower arriving. If you give me the name of this individual, I could probably your regards, and perhaps he'll be in touch later on.
He
The Mist Shadows proves.
He typically goes by the name of Mr. Key.
Mr. Key, I am familiar with this cleric. He has arrived recently, and he's already made a name for himself. He's
Yes.
off about on some errand, but he should be back within a day or two.
Oh, most people do. He trained me, so I'm very. I look up to him a lot. But I have a question about some information I might have people on the lookouts for.
Oh, what type of information?
Just some secrets about things in Ptolus. Who would I talk to about that?
Well, secrets are very important, whether to keep
Interesting.
or to tell with trust. I could hardly provide you any such secret just to any stranger by. If you would provide a donation of some kind, perhaps some information could come your way.
Candle, do I know typically about how much a donation is, just from what I've seen?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Typically, a donation would be 20 gold.
Oh
If you
God.
want more specific information, well, more information requires more gold.
Okay. Well, I will just see what I can do myself, and if I run into any problems, and once I have a little bit more facilities, I'll come back and inquire.
Oh, yourself, child. The Temple of Vera always provides.
Yes, I know it always provides. She very much guides my ways.
The clerk goes back to her desk, keeps eyeing you with a polite smile on her face.
Okay, I will just leave, but I'm listening the whole time to see if I pick up any information about this new family I heard, or the invisible stalker that was in town, or the whispers of rune bearers, or the Orvagger. Just listening as I kind of stroll through casually.
All right. Roll a perception check.
That is a 7.
All right. So you do hear word babies thrown around and people laughing, but other than that, you don't hear anything else.
Okay.
Word murmur.
Okay. I'll just leave then and head back to the group.
All right. Franklin, you said you didn't want to do anything else?
I don't think so. I don't really think there's much for Franklin to do. I mean, maybe go to the library for some more books, but that's
All
about
right.
it.
Make a general investigation check. I'm going to go to the library.
Go back to the library I've been to already?
It's entirely up to you. What would you like to find in the library?
Oh, no, I meant just for more reading books. That's about it.
Okay. Well,
He's not doing any more research right now. Oh wait, actually, I'm fucking stupid. He should probably do more research on the rune bears, I guess.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to go to the other library this time, see if he finds any more info on the rune bearers.
Sure. The other library was the Delver's Library. If you want to go, you certainly can. Actually, was it? No, you went to the Delver's Library originally, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
The other library was the City Library. All right. Where is it? Well, in Old Town, it's a City Library. It would be roughly. Are you? City Library would be roughly right here.
Oh, cool. That's around this. That's in the same district as the other library. Yep.
You enter a city library. It's basically rows. It's rows and rows of manuscripts and tomes. A lot of it deals with architecture, with city plans, with tax records, census information. You do find a clerk that's just a librarian that's just putting manuscripts back inside on the shelves. Yes. How can I help you, young man?
Hmm. What type of material do you Oh wait, that's not the voice. What type of material do you have at the ready for people to look at in this library?
Well, most of the information on libraries is free to any residents of Ptolus. It's a public library, after all.
Yes, but what type of books do you have available?
Mostly fiction. We've got mostly fiction, local authors. We have historical records as well. We've got city planning. We've got a city planning division. We have our law and taxes division.
All right, all right, all right. I guess if that's the case, he's gonna try to look for some more information on this person that he keeps hearing about. I don't remember what their name is.
Vagger
Bagger, that person.
or Methul Watcher.
Either one, both of those people. Why not?
Okay. How would you get that information?
I guess looking through the city records. I don't know.
All right. So you go through the census records. You spend roll an investigation.
Okay. Surprisingly, my investigation is not that good. That's an 11.
All right. So you do find a record for Vagger, a dwarf. The last records from him dates back to 4 years ago. He was a delivery boy for a shipping company. Afterwards, yeah, there's no more information afterwards.
That's fair.
As for Methul Watcher, you have you check thoroughly all the records and you don't see any information about any Methuls. You do see several Watcher family. Some of them are artisans. Some of them live in the Warren district. Some of them are in South Market. Nothing comes up for a Methul.
Yeah. All right, if that's the case, he's just going to check out some more fiction for himself.
All right. Do roll another investigation check.
Who?
Roll another investigation check to see if you could find
cool.
some.
Listen, I'll take it. That's an 18.
All right, so you find several fiction books. You find the Goblin and the Ogre. Find the Tiefling's Last Jest. Find you find a book about angels and demons. Just a colossal tale about angels and demons just battling out until the ends of ages.
I mean, he's got to start the one about angels and demons then. He just had a premonition about angels holding the moon together.
If that's what you want to read, that's entirely up to you.
Oh, he's taking all of them. That's just what he's starting with.
Good mind, it is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
All right. It is roughly 2 p.m. and you guys all meet up back in the Ghostly Minstrel. Franklin, it is a library, but you're not able to bring books back. You can only read them on the site. So you cannot bring the books to the Ghostly Minstrel.
So
Tom,
it's not a library, it's just a building with books.
Well, it's for residents to consult reading material. But since Ptolus is not not really regulated, anyone could just go to the library,
Very
pilfer all the
good.
books.
I
and come back.
am Rosario Blackwell. Do you know who I am? No, I'm kidding. Oh, if that's the
All
case,
right.
he doesn't care. He's just gonna put the books back and leave.
All right, so you are all back at the Ghostly Minstrel. It's roughly 2 p.m. You've all done your errands. What are you guys up to presently?
I was able to make the thing where put the smoke bombs on the table.
You made the smoke bomb? Oh, that is so exciting. How was it? Did you have fun?
I mean, it's fun to create something, yes. But it's not fun when it explodes in your face.
Oh, that is very true. Although it is kind of fun when it explodes in your face because it's a big surprise. Unless it hurts you, then that's not good.
I would just be careful with these. They're a little sensitive.
Oh, are you giving them to me?
Yeah, you wanted them.
Oh, that's
Franklin just hands over.
I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. So I have
Franklin just
3 smoke bombs now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
that's fun.
Are
Franklin just
those a
slides.
legit thing or no?
There are smoke bombs out there in D&D Beyond. However, this is a custom item. I'll create one for you later on.
Okay.
Franklin just hands over a piece of paper with everything he found out about Bagger.
Now I wish I took notes.
He was just a delivery boy for 4 years.
Okay. A delivery boy. Ooh, he must have heard so many secrets. Maybe that's why he wanted to rise through the ranks and become in charge of a gang of people. And I don't know. I'm just making up a story, but it sounds like such a cool story, even though he is bad.
Yeah, I think we should meet up with this person.
I do too. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, so you are all heading towards the Noble's Quarter. With the help of Samuel, you are able to get there relatively easily. It takes you about a good 30 minutes to get there. Castle Shard is roughly right here. It's a little castle with a moat.
All right. That is super exciting.
All right, so as you arrive, the estate is not as large as you would expect a lord to have. However, it is well maintained. Several guards are stationed at key points and on patrol. As you approach, they send word, and a tall, finely dressed man greets you at the entrance. How lovely it is to see you all. You are expected. You warm our castle with your presence. My name is Cadmus. I am the major domo of this estate. May I ask your name, please?
The major domo. What's a major domo?
I take care of all the daily business. Make sure that the pantry is stocked. Make sure that the staff is qualified, and I take care of the hiring practices of the staff. Basically, I make sure that the castle runs smoothly.
What did he say his name was again?
Cadmus.
Oh, that is so exciting. I bet you are very, very good at your job.
Oh, thank you very much, my lady.
Oh, well, my name is Opal, and you can call me that. And then these are my compatriots. And I'll stare at them and wait for them to introduce themselves.
I'm Tom.
Oh, Mr. Tom.
Franklin waves.
That's Franklin. He doesn't talk much.
Oh, Mr. Franklin. Well, if you might follow me in, may I interest you with something to eat or perhaps a drink before we leave? Before you meet with Lord Zevere?
A drink sounds lovely. We
Would-
do appreciate your hospitality.
What does the lady prefer?
Oh, just water is fine.
Very well.
It is a business meeting after all.
Your tastes are your own. Mr. Tom, Mr. Franklin, can I interest you with anything to partake?
Water's fine too.
Very well, 2 waters. Mr. Franklin?
Oh, yeah, water, whatever.
All right. And Mr. Samuel will also take water, I presume.
He says
Yeah.
out loud.
We'll just all take water.
All right. So Cadmus leaves you at the entrance and comes back a few seconds later with a pitcher full of water and 5 empty glasses and pours the water in front of you and gives you the water to each of you. It is really good water as far as medieval water goes. There's no aftertaste. It's pretty fresh.
First thing I imagined is Benjamin holding a tiny cup.
Just like a giant ass minotaur, like holding this cup that's as small as his hand.
Singing was the blood of his enemies. If you would
He
please follow
requests
me.
the blood of his enemies.
If you would please follow me, and he leads you to a hallway, and as you traverse the hallway, you're surrounded by paintings and portraits and statues of various different styles. Everything's well polished. Everything is well maintained. The hallway is functional. There's a nice little carpet that's made red, like very posh. You finally arrive to a study, and
Candle, 1 second. What are
yes.
these paintings of? Are they just like nice paintings, or do they look like to be like of portraits of people and stuff?
They're mostly portraits of famous battles.
Okay.
So famous ships, paintings of famous ships, recreations of battles. These ships trying to track down to fight down a kraken.
Got
Not
it.
going very well for the ships, but it's a very nice painting.
Got it. The whole way Opal is asking Cadmus to explain what all these stories are that are painted. Like
All
talking
right.
his ear off.
So the actual walk would have taken like 2 minutes.
Oh.
Because of the explanation, it takes up to 25 minutes.
You're all welcome.
All of you to assume Franklin's paying attention.
You arrive to a study and you see a medium-sized man, a bit portly, but still pretty good in shape. Kind of like he's a mix of muscle and fat, basically. But yeah, you get a sense that he could crush your skull with his hand if he wanted to. Gentlemen and lady,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I am Lord Zevere, one of several powerful families here in Ptolus. I don't say this to brag, merely to get it out of the way. Has Cadmus offered you any drinks? The man makes a mean mojito.
I'm sorry. A mean mojito? You're telling me there's mojitos in this fantasy world?
There is, just for you.
Oh my gosh, I love you. I love mojitos. Okay. Lord Zevere, it is so nice to make your acquaintance. Mr. Cadmus was very, very polite indeed. You do hire such great staff. But we are working, so we will have to pass on the mojito until we are not working.
Understandable. Well, enough with the pleasantries. Word around town is that you folks defeated an invisible stalker. That's no small thing to do that. This got my attention and I looked into you. Apparently, you also prevented a murder. I had Man Shabin talk to you to make sure that your version corroborated the reports from the guards. Vagger was a small-time criminal looking to fill up the void left from the disappearance of his boss, Linda Cran. I think that half-orc is out of the picture. I thought I had gotten him when I hit his drug lab on his island, but he slipped through my fingers. But with his drug operation gone, perhaps Ptolus can move past this dark stain.
Do I believe him?
An insight
What
check.
did I say?
Stop it. Let me insight check
Actually,
what I
is
want
that
to.
okay if I
Can-
do one as well?
Yeah, you
24.
can all insight check.
24. I just want to know if he's like telling the whole story or if it seems like he's leaving details out and all that jazz.
All right, just to let you know, you are kind of whispering to me, Opal, as a
Oh.
DM. Let's fine. Opal rolled a 24 for those of you who can't see it.
Oh, why am I whispering to you? How did I do that? Oh,
Because
sorry.
you
I was gonna
want-
say something. I was like, I don't know
Oh.
why your voice is showing up, but I didn't
Oh,
think your
it's
computer
because
was
I was whispering for Velia last session. I'm sorry. I just didn't adjust
I
stuff.
was so confused. I was like, Zara's pretty loud right now. What do you mean? And then like, I thought you meant she was quiet. And
You
I
know,
was
I
like,
did too. I was like, turn me up, candle. Come on.
yeah.
Clint, do you want insight as well, or you don't care?
I'm about to say there's a. I mean, he would, but also like she rolled a 24. There's not much point.
Roll.
Right.
Maybe you'll get a natural 20.
Exactly.
Roll. Take that chance.
All right.
See?
He rolled a 6.
All right, so Lord Zevere hit you with a lot of information all at once, and your mind is still reeling, so you don't get a sense about what about the nature of the man, or if what he's saying is true. Opal, you're kind of used to being with fast talkers and smooth talkers. You get the quick sense of the man. The man is tough but honest. What he says is entirely true. He believes what he says.
Okay. Okay. Well, we are sad to hear that. Did he say Linacran?
Yes.
Linacran slipped away. I'm sure that it was by no fault on your own. But we are glad that we are able to take down the last of this for you, as much as we could. But may I ask how you heard of us?
Well, I heard of it from the reports of the Invisible Stalker going through the Ghostly Minstrel, and then the town criers started praising your action with defeating the Invisible Stalker. That got my attention.
Oh, well, these town criers really do seem to learn a lot of information, don't they?
No, most of them is entirely rubbish, but sometimes they do get a pearl of information that's useful.
Well, pearls of information are often quite useful. May I ask what job you have lined up for us?
Yes, of course. You have no doubt experienced these strange and incessant earthquakes that have started recently. It appears that their epicenter is a warehouse on Cattle Street. They used to be owned by Linux. Rumors are that this warehouse used to be used for his drugs before they were distributed to local dealers. This warehouse has stopped being in use for months, even before his disappearance. There might still be a connection. I would like you to investigate and, if possible, put a stop to whatever is going on. I would do it myself, but my people are sailors and better suited on the seas than on land. And the
That-
guards won't do anything unless a crime occurs in front of their faces.
Is that typical with the guards here?
Guards are here mostly to maintain peace. They don't really go out of their way to right wrongs or bring justice.
All right. And what are you offering? Is this just the beginning of a potential mercenary relationship, or are you looking for something specific? You just want to know why there's earthquakes happening from this old drug place?
Oh, perhaps this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But for the time being, I would like you to just investigate and put a stop to it. I would naturally pay for your efforts. 100 gold each if you're successful. What do
All
you
right.
say?
And how about 100 gold each? And then if we have some questions, you seem to be a man of profitable information.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm essentially asking, like, if we can, like, ask him for information, if he knows of things.
Well, if your endeavors are successful, I see no reason not to share additional information. You could
Exactly.
pool our information together and bring about a better day for Ptolus.
Yes, but I understand you not trusting us until we do stuff for you.
The
Completely
only man I
understand.
trusted was Abercrombie. He was my right-hand man, but he disappeared a few months ago.
Oh,
And
that
his
is so
brother's
hard to
bitch.
say.
He was
Um,
like a brother to me. I keep a picture keep a picture in my study. Here, it's right in front of it's right next to me. You see a picture of a man who he has like ruffled hair, like sideburns that come across and that is basically how you spell his name, basically.
Oh, really?
I spelled it wrong then.
Yes,
That's
you see
fine.
a picture of Abercrombie. He has rustled hair and a sideburns that meet up into a mustache. He seems to be like a real fit man that could take care of himself.
And you said he disappeared like 3 months ago?
He sadly disappeared 2 months ago. I've been my people all over town trying to get any rumors about his whereabouts, but so far nothing.
That is so awful to hear. Well, if we hear anything, we will certainly tell you. I know how it is to not have someone you trust. And I really hope that he is safe and that it's not a betrayal or anything awful like that.
It would be very much appreciated. I would care more for this information than to stop these earthquakes.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I brought muffins. He holds up a bag of muffins.
Franklin muffins.
Veer claps his hand. Miss, the man wants muffins. See to it.
Oh, I already have them as he's leaving.
Miss
Okay.
comes along. He has two muffins. He's rushing along to go to the cooks to make more for you. But you're already leaving.
Yeah, he puts them in his bag of muffins that he already has. All right, I have two more muffins now.
Miss comes along and Miss comes back to you with after you assure him that you don't need more muffins and tells you, hey, Mr. Zevere anticipated that you would your entreaties would be positive and has made a carriage available for your disposal for this mission. If you would like it, you could always use the carriage to travel across Ptolus.
That would be very nice. There has been a lot of walking and my feet hurt. So I do appreciate it. Please do send our regards and thanks.
All right, I will do so. He also made a driver available to you, so you don't have to worry about driving it yourself. I don't know if you people are knowledgeable about driving carts around Ptolus. It shouldn't be an issue with the driver.
That would be super helpful.
Franklin sits in front right next to the driver.
Hello, sir. Is there anything I could help you with? As he talks to Franklin.
I'm assuming we're leaving, right? This is out of character.
Well, it's entirely up to you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I assume we're leaving.
Franklin doesn't say anything. He literally just opens up his book.
Oh, Mr. Driver, what is your name?
My name is Fredo.
Well, Fredo, it is super, super lovely to meet you, and we do appreciate you taking your time out of your day to assist us. And we will look forward to your invaluable information about the city of Ptolus.
Oh, it's either that or sweeping manure out of the barn. I'd much rather do this.
Oh, I am sure. Manure does not smell good. But then we will try to use you as much as possible. Keep you out of the barn.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I was told that your destination is Cattle Street. Do you want to make any detours in the meantime before we get there?
Could we maybe do like 2 streets away from Cattle Street?
I get you. No problem.
Wow, this Uber's pretty great.
All right. So while it would take you a good hour to cross Ptolus from the noble's quarters to the Warrens, with the carriage being driven by one of Zevare's men, you're able to do it under 30 minutes. Mansions give way to beautiful houses, packed middle-class houses, community homes, and 2 squalid shacks. The clouds are sparse in the sky, and you're traveling at a good speed as there is a strong wind coming from the sea. It's this weird weather where it's humid and you can't decide if you're cold or hot. The earthquakes have started again, and you feel 2 of them while you are making your way to the Warrens. You arrive 2 streets down Cattle Street. It's with no incident. The driver tips his head to you guys and points you in the direction of Cattle Street.
Mr. Fredo, are you able to like accompany us all day? Is there any way you could like wait here?
Oh, I have no problem with waiting here. I'm here for you all day for this request of Lord Zevere.
Lovely. Okay, if you see something like explode, just like run away, okay? And
You don't need to tell me that.
I'm just making sure. We want to make sure you are safe. And I guess we will call for you if we need you.
Do things normally explode near you?
No,
You're
I'm
around?
just making sure because you never know what might happen. I mean, there just is a bunch of earthquakes, and you never know when things might slide over and explode.
He looks at you officially and just nods.
I'm like batting my eyes cutely and like tilt my head a little bit.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. uh, that is a 13.
All right. He eyes you suspiciously for another 2 seconds, but then, okay, he believes you.
We're just trying to make sure you are safe.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
All right, so you are now on the streets, 2 streets down from Cattle Street. Cattle Street is, let's check it out. Sorry, I know where it is. Cattle Street is right here. It's in the Warrens district. It's a really poor district. That's mainly used for warehousing. So what is your move?
Opal?
Yes? What?
You wanted to stop 2 streets away. What exactly is your plan?
But when you're approaching something that you're investigating, you never approach straight on because if you pull right up to the front door, then you're announcing you're coming.
Right. Yeah. I was asking what was your plan?
Oh, I don't know. We go see what happens. But we could maybe like run a little lap around the warehouse and see if we see anything super fishy before we go like diving into it.
I mean, sure.
DM, are there like a lot of people on the streets?
Yes, it is midday, so yes, there is several people going along their business, mainly on the main road, but even in the side roads like Foggy Way, Cattle Street. The streets are not crowded, but there's definitely a handful of people on the street.
Okay. Is there like how do the rooftops look here?
It's basically all shabby.
Okay.
You're never sure if the roofs are going to support your weight or if you're just going to go right through the roof.
That would be really funny. um Well, do we want to like send a scouting party to go sneak ahead and peek through the windows of the warehouse?
Benjamin volunteers to scout.
I don't. Typically, when you scout, it's like you got to be super sneaky. And you,
Franklin specifically
I could be
volunteers not
sneaky.
to scout.
your hoofs are really cloppy, my friend.
That's fair. They're just to
Franklin,
step on the skulls of your enemies.
Yes, exactly. So you should stay and do that. That is really, really good for you. And we will
Franklin-
probably have to do that today.
Franklin specifically volunteers to not scout.
Tom, do you want to scout with me? Or you seem really fast and quiet.
Yeah, I can do it.
Do you want me to go with you?
D- uh, do you want to?
Sure, it'll be like a little adventure for the two of us.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we will go scout ahead at this specific warehouse and see if we see anything.
All right. Are you going sneakily or you're going in normally?
What I'm going to do. Tom, have you done something like this before?
What do you mean?
Like, checked out places and watched things and everything? Investigation work?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, do you have a preference? Because usually what I do is I like walk around out front and pretend I'm looking at other things, and then I'll like duck into an alleyway and like sneak through and look at the windows. But you got to approach casually, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I saw them," and then they like went that way, so there's no one being all suspicious if they catch you.
I mean, I usually watch from rooftops.
I don't think that the rooftops are gonna hold weight here. They look a little shabby. You might end up in somebody's lunch.
I mean, I'm pretty light, and as long as you're on the edge of them, I shouldn't cave in.
Well, do you want to go look at the rooftop and I'll like walk around front and kind of distract a little bit?
I don't know about distract. Maybe like trying to blend into the crowd or trying to get close and not look suspicious.
Certainly, and don't worry, I have a couple different tricks just in case, so I don't look so suspicious.
Okay. Wearing all black is kind of suspicious.
I'm not in like all black. I have some gray, and it's
You didn't
like
have to do that. You did not have to
leather.
do that.
Look,
Are you
if you have a
seriously
fucking
are you
black hoodie
seriously
up,
telling your party member that she's too black?
if you have a fucking black hoodie up and you're just like looking around like fucking all nervous, you're suspicious as fuck.
Oh, I'm not going to look around all nervous, and I can take the hood off.
That was
It's
out
not a
of
problem.
character. That
Oh,
was not you. Yeah. I was just saying.
I know what I'm doing. Don't you worry. Okay, so you go on the rooftops, and I'll go kind of like be in the front.
Okay.
And I will say here, if it makes you even feel better, and cast I will cast disguise self on myself and turn me into kind of a nondescript mousy looking female in like the same cloak and everything, just like brown hair, like just like cute but not like super intense.
A girl next door.
Yeah, like the girl next door.
All right.
See, now I fit in. And then I'll like put my hand on Tom's arm, and now you're a little sneakier and use Blessing of the Trickster.
God. Tom panics as soon as you touch him.
Oh, don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. It just makes you a little bit stealthier.
God, is this drugs?
So for an hour, you have an advantage on stealth rolls.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
fun.
I'm gonna go to like an alleyway. I'm gonna try to. Oh, we're 2 streets away, right? So I guess I'll try to get a.
Presently, you are on Lunas Road, like right here.
So I'll try to get a little closer. Do you have an address or anything?
It's on Cattle Street. It's hard to miss. It's basically, this is one big warehouse.
Okay.
Only building
Really?
on Cattle Street that resembles a warehouse.
Really quick, I meant to ask this before. Can I just make a general perception?
Can. What are you trying to look for?
I don't know. Just keeping an eye out to see if I notice anything.
Okay. Sure. Roll a perception.
That's an 18.
All right.
Yeah,
So you do see several men that are just workmen that are in the area that are just going through the streets. They give you a weird eye just because they're not used to a person that looks like you and your demeanor with a fancy cart in the middle of the Warrens. But yeah, they don't cause trouble and they just go on their way.
that's fair.
Right, so the plan for Opal and Tom, if I understand correctly, Opal is going to go on street level and just casually look around, and Tom is going to go on rooftop and look, get a bird's eye view of the place.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, both of you make a stealth check.
If I'm just like casually strolling, do you want me to stealth still?
That's entirely up to you.
I am
The way you
110%.
worded it is that you wanted to, from what I understood, you wanted to like blend into the crowd.
Okay,
And for
yeah,
me,
that's
that
what
would
I'm
be
kind of
stealth.
trying to do. So I can
Assassin's
make a
Creed
stealth check.
style.
Yeah. That is a 9.
Okay.
That is also a 9. But
No,
you
you
have
have
a
10.
advantage.
I know.
Oh, a 10 done. Yay! Yes, Tom. So you're trying to climb to a roof. Make a acrobatics check.
7.
All right, so
Oh,
you climb up. You're on the house you are trying to climb up has 2 stories. You climb up to the first story, and then you get to the second story. But the window ledge you were taking a grip on is rotten wood, so you kind of fall down on your ass.
Oh god.
Do I see him
Roll.
fall on his ass?
Oh, unfortunately you're already gone. But
God damn it.
Rosario, I'm sorry. Franklin does see it. You also take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, Tom.
Okay.
Oof.
You want to try again, or did you learn your lesson?
I'm gonna look around, see if anyone noticed, and then if I don't see anyone looking at me, I'll try it again.
All right, go ahead. There's no one around. The Fredo and the horse are giving you a weird look. He does not really care. He's absorbing his book.
20.
All right. The second time around goes a lot better. You know exactly where to place your footing on the first floor. On the second floor, once you reach the second floor, you make sure to grab the window ledge where it's not rotten through, and you're able to use it as a grip to make your way onto the roof. I'll make a dexterity saving throw.
11.
All right, so you go onto the roof, and the roof does take your weight for the first 2 steps. On the third step, though, your entire leg goes through the roof, but you're able to still stay on the roof and pull yourself out.
I'm gonna try to stay on the edges.
All right.
Because that makes sense.
So you perch yourself on this house. From your point of view, you do see the second floor of the warehouse, but the 2 houses in front of you are blocking the view of the actual courtyard of the warehouse.
Can I see anything inside?
You do see some broken windows, but you don't see anything inside. You get a sense that second floor is not actually a second floor. It's just like there's no floor in second floor. It's one basically big structure.
Okay.
You don't see the actual ground floor of the warehouse.
Can I get on the other roofs?
Sure can. That would be another acrobatics check and another dexterity saving throw.
16.
All right, so which one are you going through? Are you going to...
I'm going to the closest one to me.
Yep, so it would be the large red building. Yes, you are able to jump no problem across. However, even though you're trying to stay on the edge of the building, you just the width in general, you go straight through the roof and land on the second floor of the house.
Is it people in there? Or?
There are presently no one inside the house. Inside the second floor of the house. You can make a perception check to see if there's anyone else in the house.
Really quick, you said Franklin can see all this nonsense, right?
You saw the first attempt. Once he was actually on the roof, you lost track of him.
Okay, cool.
Yes, there is no one else in the. You don't hear anyone else on the house. You do see a few birds that have across that are just sitting on the roof and just looking at you through the hole. But yeah, nothing else.
Could I make the jump up there and grab
Up back onto the roof?
Yeah. Or is it too high?
It would not be a jump. You would have to climb your way through. Or you could prop a nearby table and jump to the next to the wall and then jump from the table to the roof.
I was thinking of jumping to the hole and then grabbing onto the edge of it.
Okay, sure. Make a athletics check.
22.
All right. So yes, you are able to barely make your way to grab a hold of the ledge of the actual wall to make sure that it's stable. These houses were not made for halflings; they were made for actual human folk. They are much taller than you're used to, but you're pretty fit for halfling, and you're still able to make the jump. You make a good grip. You're able to climb your way up back onto the roof.
And I can see the courtyard now, right?
Yes, you can. Make a perception check.
Shit. Okay. 12.
All right, so you do see the courtyard. So the entire building is surrounded by a shabby-looking wooden fence. It's not something that could resist like serious attempts to break in. It's basically just meant to isolate the warehouse so that people on street level would have a hard time looking in. Looking at the courtyard and at the actual warehouse, you're not able to see inside the warehouse per se. Even from your vantage point, you're not able to see the first floor of the warehouse. You don't see any activity. There's no sense that any activity has been there for a while.
Okay.
All right, Opal, you rolled a 9 for a check.
Blending in with the crowd.
Yeah, you do see a group of men and 2 women just walking, chatting, and you're making your way to the group and like nodding along and saying, "Yeah, I remember that," and trying to butt into their conversation. They're all looking at you like, "What? Who is this woman? Like, go away. We don't know you."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my friends. I apologize. Excuse me quickly. And I will like walk away and look like super embarrassed.
All right, so you're about right here on Cattle Street.
Okay.
You're just hanging around the fence.
Do I have eyes on the warehouse?
The fence surrounds the entirety of the warehouse, so no, you do not see the actual warehouse itself. There are like places in the fence where there's missing a plank of wood, or there's holes in the planks of wood.
Okay. I'll find a hole kind of near the ground that has eyes on the front, like that would have eyes on where I think the front is, and I will pretend to drop like legit drop something, but pretend it was an accident, and then go down to scoop it up and like look through the hole.
All right, so you drop a gold coin and you casually, as casually as possible, try to pick it up. You do take a look inside of the hole at the nearby courtyard. Make a reception check.
Okay. That's a 9.
Oof.
I'm rolling
Ooh.
boo-boo.
You don't see anyone or any signs of activity.
Okay. Does there seem to be like a break in the fence anywhere that's in like an alleyway?
You do see that there's an actual entrance that's locked, that's padlocked, that's right here at the corner of Cattle Street and Two Horse Street. If you make your way across the entirety of the fenced area with a 9 perception check, you do see places where there's like one board missing that a skinny person can go through.
Mm-hmm.
No way somebody like Samuel or Benjamin can go through that.
Okay, so there's no like subtle entry place. All right. And I don't see, well, 9 perception. Never mind. Okay. I'll head back to the group.
All right, so you make your way back to Franklin. Franklin is still just reading his book, chilling. Fredo is just trying to take a nap.
I'll drop disguise self and shift back into myself.
Done.
Is Tom back yet?
Nope.
Are you back, Tom?
I'm still on the roof.
Okay.
I guess we'll wait for Tom to come back, but I'll tell them that it's a very like busy front and it's all padlocked and that there's only like small places to squeeze in, but everything it might be hard to sneak into this place.
All right, Tom, do you want to do anything else while you're up there? Maybe make friends with birds?
Could I? How far is the jump from this roof to the warehouse room?
Let me check. Sorry, I moved my mouse and I don't know where it is again. Where are you? Oh, there you are. All right, so from that house, it's roughly a good 30-foot drop. I'm sorry, a 15-foot drop in height, and the courtyard would be roughly 45 feet from where you are.
Okay. So I'm just gonna drop through the hole in the roof and go down the stairs to the first floor.
Okay.
And go out the door.
All right. You startle a very ill-tempered cat that hisses at you, but otherwise, yeah, no problem. You're able to unlock the door from the inside, no problem as well. You close the door, but are you trying to lock it back up, or are you leaving it open?
I'll try
All
to
right.
lock it back on.
Do you have any thieves tools?
I do.
Awesome. Roll a thieves tool check.
17.
All right, no problem. As you were able to see both sides of the lock, you understand how this lock functions, no problem, and you're able to lock it, no problem.
And then I'll head back to the group.
The group is pretty close to you. I mean, the door to the building is basically exactly where the horse was just parked.
It seemed kind of abandoned. From what
Are you okay?
saw.
Are you hurt? Did you get hurt?
I'm fine.
Do I believe this bullshit?
Roll insight and roll deception.
21.
18.
Wow, that's a nice roll for your -1.
Yes, you are used to Tom's bullshit at this point, so yes, you're able to Even though he puts in a great poker face, you're able to determine that he's lying.
All right. If you're not injured, then I guess you'll be okay for a battle upcoming.
Sure.
Just in case. You never know when things might attack you. I'll just like let it go for now, but keep my eye on him in case something happens.
Benjamin yelps, well, if the little one falls, we could always eat him. He'll stay with us in spirit and in our bellies.
Benjamin, what did we say about eating people up here in Ptolus? We gotta fill our bellies with other things.
I'd still like to fill them with the corpses of my enemies.
But Tom isn't your enemy.
It's even better. He'll give me strength and he'll be with us always.
That is very oddly sweet. Okay.
How do we want to approach this?
How do we want to approach this then?
Well, I could probably get through the fence or jump over it. Or just rip off the plank.
Did I find like a spot that was kind of away from the crowd enough that we could like rip off planks?
Yeah, in the back of the warehouse on Foggy Way, yeah, there are a few planks that are missing.
Okay. We might need to do some like quiet work, but we could probably slip through the back for those that can't jump.
Wouldn't nighttime be better for this?
I mean, that's probably when they'll come back.
True, if there is anybody here. And the earthquakes aren't happening at any point. I mean, we had two just along our way.
Okay.
Do you think they're connected?
He said that the epicenter of the earthquake seemed to be here.
And also there's no second floor. It's just one big building.
Is that typical? DM?
Yeah, well, make your history check.
Okay. I mean, I don't know Ptolus too well. 14.
All right, so in your travels, you have come across several port cities. You have seen warehouses in those port cities, and yeah, some of them don't have second stories, just because some of the shipping goods that are there are so big and so large that they could not fit on a single story.
Okay. Well,
It's also good to it would also be good to store carts and store boats as well.
Well, do you guys want to wait until dark then?
I think we should go before dark. But I mean, if you guys want to wait, it's okay.
I would like to go before dark too. I mean, we're already here and he is looking for us to do things, so.
Okay, let's go then.
Alright, so we're just going to that back part of the warehouse? Okay, cool.
Alright, so you're making your way back to Foggy Way. There's not a lot of people on Foggy Way Street. Most of the people that are on Foggy Way turn the corner on Cattle Street or another side street. They don't make their way all the way up Foggy Way. At that point, you're relatively secluded. Fredo comes around just to help you guys out. He'll block the way to Foggy Way with his cart so that nobody can see.
Beautiful.
What a team player.
What a team player.
Deserves. I'm going to give him 5 stars.
I love how he's like become our Uber driver.
Yeah, he'll appreciate it.
I guess I'll try to rip out the planks as quietly as I can.
All right, make a strength check.
Strength check or athletic?
Check.
Natural 20.
Hey,
Yeah. So yes,
I will
these
never
planks
laugh at
are
your strength again.
Tom
These
hulks
planks-
out.
these planks are a mixture of being rotten through, and others are securely fixed. But yeah, you have no trouble just taking 3 or 4 planks out of the fence, no problem. Enough for Samuel to fit. You take another 3 planks just to make sure that Benjamin can fit as well.
Okay. No.
Yeah,
Good.
Samuel thanks you and goes inside, leads the way.
Okay. I fall after him.
Is there a way we can like kind of put the planks back? Like if we tried to burst through, they'd go through pretty easily, but like they're not super visible.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You can lean them in from this side of the fence.
Okay.
Somebody that would be paying attention would be able to tell that planks are on the wrong side of the fence, but any person that just casually goes through, their peripheral vision would not be able to register that there's an actual opening.
All right. Do we see anybody in the courtyard?
No, it's empty. It's deserted.
Oh, that is a little odd. I don't know why I'm expecting to fight things or people, but
Well, my guess is they're doing stuff underground if there's earthquakes involved.
underground, that's such a smart idea. I will like start looking around on the ground for holes in the ground immediately.
All right, make a survival check.
Oh, I'm not bad at that. 8.
All right, so yeah, the floor, I'm sorry, the ground is a regular dirt. There doesn't seem to be any visible tracks, visible cracks. It's just dirt.
So we're inside a building right now.
No,
now you're in the
I was
courtyard.
being a dip and looking around outside the building.
Okay, cool.
It's probably gonna be inside. I also didn't see anything on the second floor, so this whole place might be a front. That's what I'm assuming.
That would make a lot of sense, especially if it used to be like a drug place. They probably cleared it out.
Drug place, like a pharmacy.
Yeah. Use your Tylenol, man. Okay.
Do we want to just like go in the front door?
I would not recommend that. I mean,
Is
we could
there
probably...
seem to be a side door? Are there windows?
The windows are all on the second floor.
Is
Oh,
there a
that's
door?
Some of them are broken. Some of them are just closed.
Is there a door in
Sorry.
the back?
I like the
No.
way that initiative order just came up.
No, I'm sorry. I was doing something else.
We are all suddenly so scared.
All right, let's close that. All right, sorry. Just
You're
making sure
good.
you could not see my other maps.
Uh-huh.
So yes, there is no other entrances. Well, there are 2 entrances. I'm sorry. There's one. There's a simple door on the side of the building, used for just normal daily use, and there's like a garage door that's used to actually put in merchandise and stuff.
Is it locked?
Yes, both are locked.
Do we want to go through the big door or do we want to go through the side door?
We probably want to go through the small side door. I think this
I agree.
garage door is going to be pretty loud if it opens.
All right. Okay, can I look to see if this thing is like trapped at all?
Sure, make a investigation check.
I love how I'm like functioning as a rogue. 18! Wow, okay, good. I was like, I didn't put any points into investigation, and you guys are making me do this. Okay.
Well,
Don't
you're
making
a
you do
rogue.
this. You asked the DM. Making you do this.
So yes,
Well, no,
it
pick the lock.
does seem like a regular doorknob. There doesn't seem to be any any traps there, but it is very rusty, and you fear that if you turn the knob, you'll get tetanus.
Oh dear. Okay. I guess I will pick the lock very carefully because I don't want to get tetanus. That is a 13.
All right, so yes, it does take you longer than usual. It takes you a good 12, 13 minutes,
Oh
but you
Jesus.
are able to unlock it. Since you're obscured by the fence, you have there's no one that actually sees you from the street.
Do I hear anything coming from inside the entire time I'm
Make a
doing stuff?
perception check. Disadvantage.
Oh, with advantage?
Disadvantage because you're busy.
Oh, picking a lock. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I get advantage? That's weird. Okay. 1, 2, 9.
All right, so no, you do not hear anything beyond the little clickety clackety going on with you picking the lock.
All right. Okay. I guess I will, once I get it unlocked, I will say, sorry that took so long. I think I'm just really distracted today. And then I will, push the door open super quietly.
Benjamin will pipe out. I don't understand what the trouble is. I could have just bashed the door, no problem. Much quicker.
But what if somebody comes after us, right as we're inside? Then they don't know that we're there, for an extra 2 minutes.
And I do exactly to him like I did to the door. I just bash him.
Okay, that's
Makes
fair.
a fair point.
That is very fair.
All right, so as you enter into a large area. It's basically just a warehouse. The warehouse is deserted and empty. All that's left is dust and a few rusted nails lying on the wooden plank floors. You do see some drag marks of heavy merchandise being here at some point, but yeah, the warehouse is completely empty.
Yes. Can I just make a general check and look around?
Sure. What are you checking for? What are you looking for?
I honestly think he's not looking for anything specific. He's just looking around, see if there's anything to notice.
Make a reception check.
Okay, cool. Hey, that's 22.
All right, so you do see that as you're walking, your footprints are pretty apparent on the actual dust-covered floor. There are no other footprints in the building.
Oh, cool. Where do they lead?
There are no other footprints.
Wait,
Other-
what?
Your footprints are the only ones on the dust-covered floor.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. For a second. Weird. He points that out to the rest of the party.
That is very odd. Do we want to split up and go look around and see if there's secret doors or things underground, or I don't know, the things that they have in the stories?
Well, they'd have to walk through here if there was something inside this room.
Yeah, but no. I just don't want to go back empty-handed.
We don't have to. I mean,
I'm gonna start looking around, just running my fingers along every seam on the floor and really excitedly stomping on the ground, listening for hollow points.
All right, make a investigation.
hands are gonna be so filthy. This place isn't a touch in you.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Investigation 14. Oh, 5. Just kidding. 5. That is my first roll.
All right,
I don't know why I rolled
as
twice.
you go through the building, your paws are basically just dusting the entire floor, and whoever is going to come back is going to be really happy that somebody actually helped dust the floor. You do see some nails that are just rusted, that are just hanging there, but yeah, nothing else.
Aw, I was hoping for something super exciting. like full on pouting an ear droop right now.
Can I
And
check?
now my paws are filthy.
Can I check the courtyard?
Sure. What are you looking for?
To see if there's like any like false ground or anything like that.
All right. Make an investigation check.
13.
All right. So as you go through the courtyard, you don't see anything specific, but you do see there's a metal. I'm sorry. As you approach the main entrance of the building, you do see that there's a metal sheet on the floor that you would assume that is mostly there to make sure that that it's a ramp to get into the main entrance for heavy uh, heavy containers or heavy carts being shipped inside and outside the warehouse. And as you investigate, you do sense that there's a space underneath the sheet of metal.
Okay, I'm gonna check to see if it's trapped.
Sure. Roll investigation.
10.
All right,
That's the
so-
most trap thing you've ever seen.
So you are checking, you are tapping everywhere. You do know it's hollow. But since this is a complete sheet of metal just in its place as a ramp, you're not sure where you're supposed to look for a trap.
Mhm.
If there's a trap, there's nothing obvious that's above ground or on the sides.
Okay, I'll call Opal over. Point it out.
What? Sorry, I
there's-
muted myself. Did you find something? What did you find?
There's this metal sheet on the ground.
That is
it's
so
hollow.
exciting. It's
Yeah.
hollow.
I think there's something behind it.
I am immediately trying to lift the metal sheet.
Wait.
Roll a strength check.
Oh wow, that's actually not bad. I'm
Opal
really
rages out.
excited. That was
So, yes.
17.
You are able to lift it, but like barely, and you're barely able to lift it above your knees.
It's so heavy, but I'm so excited.
Benjamin is going to come over and just lift it with one arm. Can you please make a strength check for Benjamin?
I so can. Oh, that's a natural 20. So 23.
Benjamin just
Benjamin
grabs it
picks
with
it up.
one arm and just casually flings it open.
Thank you, Benjamin. I guess I was not very strong. I mean, I'm not very strong. And see, this is what we were talking about you doing all the things that you're good at.
Hey, you are very good at things you do. You're really good at talking and talking and
Yes, I am
and
very good at
locking
talking.
things and also talking.
Is he being sarcastic or is he being like sweet?
Make an insight check.
On somebody who's not here. Natural 20.
It's
You get the sense that he's both. He's sarcastic, but he also finds it endearing.
Aw. Okay.
Cute.
Yes, I am very good at talking. Maybe I should do less of it sometimes. I know it gets me in trouble, but. And then I'm going to like peep my little nose over the edge to see what's in the hole.
So it's like a round hole, kind of like sewer style. There is a ladder going down.
Guys.
Or is Opal going down? Or
No, I was just peering over the edge and got excited.
okay, I'll look down too.
It's basically just darkness.
Can I make a check to listen in to see if I hear anything?
I make a perception check.
Okay. No way. No way.
Natural 20.
Oh wait, I was about to cast a spell. My bad. Perception. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try that again.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Okay, that's a 5. I'm doing good.
So you do hear something like heavy breathing, but then you realize it's just the echo of the cave echoing back your own breathing.
I thought I heard someone breathing down there, but it turned out to be my own breathing.
Do we want? I can just make a light go down there.
I was actually about to say, DM, with my 60 feet of dark vision, does this tunnel go down further than I can see?
No, it seems to be going down like a good 40 feet, 40, 50 feet.
Okay, cool. What's at the bottom? Is it like is it like an actual sewer, or is it just like concrete?
It's basically just stone and dirt at the bottom.
Interesting.
At that moment, another earthquake shakes, and
Oh God!
metal ramp is just shaking on the side.
My tail puffed up. I do not like these earthquakes.
What's his name?
Even make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
Wow. Why are you doing this to me, Candle? I breathe. Alright, that's 16.
Right, so it's a pretty severe earthquake, and you're shaking in your boots, and you almost fall into the hole. Just before you do that, you throw yourself on the side, and you make it you fall on the side of the hole instead of inside the hole.
Oof. Does it seem to be dark down there, or are there any sources of light?
You see a dim light at the bottom, but very, very faint.
Oh
Okay,
no!
Cool. Then we don't have to worry about casting light, so Samuel can see.
I can just cast light anyway. But
I'm gonna
we can go down and see.
grab the ladder and fireman slide down it.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw and check.
A check or save?
Just a saving throw. Just
Okay.
to see how it goes.
21.
Yeah, you're able to slide down no problem. You make it look cool. Like Benjamin and Samuel are impressed.
I'm impressed.
Samuel will try his luck. And let's see. He'll try to imitate you, and yeah, he has no problem, man. He makes it even look cooler with it. His armor and his spear on his back.
I really want to try this now. I'm not going to though. I'll go down the ladder the normal way.
What a coward.
She's sometimes careful.
Franklin's gonna go last.
Okay.
All
What do
right,
we
Ben.
see once we get down there?
All right, so as you go down, you see it's an actual cave system. Look.
Oh.
Yes, I actually have a map. Mentioned that.
Oh
It's
no.
a black square candle. I don't know how long
I know.
you spent on this map.
Yes.
Oh.
It should be at the top
Right.
top left corner.
Left. I know directions.
Yes. Please put in your tokens.
Forgot what I was called in Roll20.
All right. I had hoped that Samuel would be here by now. I'm not sure what's going up with him. We'll take a break at this time and come back on the hour.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We're back. All right, guys. So we are back in our campaign of Ptolus. This is the halfway point. Our intrepid adventurers just found a secret cave underneath a warehouse that was used prior to as a drug distribution center. They were hired by a local lord to investigate the source of earthquakes that were happening in the area, and they have just found a secret entrance inside the cave chamber. I think we're all caught up. Unfortunately, Samuel character is still a bit late, and he will eventually join us, hopefully, unless something else happens. But for the time being, all the characters are here, but unfortunately, we only have 3 players available.
Alrighty.
So we'll pull Samuel's sprite down. He's here too. We need our meat shields.
Yeah, who wants to
Do
control
you-
Samuel?
He's a fighter, right?
Yes, he is.
I could control him.
All right. Doop, doop, doop. Right, you should have control over his character. Let me just drop him. There you go. Try to move him.
Yep, I can move him.
Awesome. I will also give you access to his character sheet. Oh, he'll stab me in the eye when I mention it.
Oh my god, he's a changeling.
All right. So yes, you are able to. Oh, okay, that's cool. You are able to get his character sheet now.
Is it on roll?
We just-
Or...
It's in the end and beyond.
Oh, okay.
We just can't edit health, so you'll have to keep track of that manually.
Okay. You got all those? Piece of paper. There we go.
You see all those notes about how he's planning on portraying the party?
Well, I mean, most of this is just fan fiction about our characters. Kind of weird.
Oh man.
And he does have a few fan ships going on.
Yeah.
Does he, who is he paired Franklin with?
He's paired
Benjamin, of
Franklin.
course.
Benjamin is Franklin, yeah. Man, his character sheet looks fucking dope.
What do you mean?
Well, you'll find out, sorry.
Now I want to look. I wasn't going to.
Well, you can't.
It was
sorry.
gonna be good.
That's cheating.
You stab people for 20 damage.
I know. Shorty would be so mad at me.
All right, back into the game.
Mhm.
What do you guys do?
What do I see 60 feet ahead of me, DM?
You see, it's a hall. It's a short hallway that leads into a bigger chamber.
You guys want to stealth forward?
I'm going to lean over and cast light, on Samuel's spear, just so that he has light in case shit goes bad.
All right.
Because you said there was light down here, right?
It's very dim, but yes,
Okay. Would this stand out?
it would.
Oh.
Can we see in
Okay.
this dim light? Or...
You're able to make it up 5 feet in front of you.
Okay.
Make sure that you're not tripping over anything.
Okay. I
It-
kind of can't see.
It is up to you guys. I can cast light if you need me to. It just might alert people, so I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword.
I can light a torch.
Here we go. This is fine. It's okay. And I will boop Tom on the back of the head and make
Oh,
a
God.
light glow from the back of his head. And then I will put one on Samuel's spear.
Like Angel Halo style.
Yes.
Double light.
Angel Halo style.
As the one disappears from my head because you can only have one.
Really? I thought you could have 3 balls.
I don't
No,
Wait,
I think it's only one.
Unless you have dancing light.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
I'm wrong.
I was thinking of dancing lights. I play a bard usually. You touch one object. Okay. We'll put it on Samuel's
Well,
spear.
Tom's just an object to you. Sorry. Sam.
Although now I
halflings
want
aren't real people.
Halo. I want Halo Tom so badly. Where's Amnesia when you need fan art? Oh gosh. Anyway.
All right. So yes, Samuel's spear glows brilliantly. It's off what? How much light does it give off?
20
or
feet
30
radius.
feet radius.
No, 20-foot radius. 40 feet diameter.
Okay.
And dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay.
Oh, it can be colored as I like! Okay, it's going to be blue. Just
All
for
right.
fun.
Yes, the spear casts off a dim blue light.
Okay, what do we see anything like new with the light?
No, the entryway is bright enough for you to walk through. No problem now.
Okay.
Me and Samuel will start going forward.
A good
All right.
friend, Franklin, will be right in the middle. Go in front of me.
Benjamin will also be kind of plowing forward, and you and I will be in the back.
Oh, you'll be in the back. I'll be in the middle.
Okay.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
Oh
Initiative?
God! We don't even get to look first.
Everyone click on your character.
I am trying to reveal the area right now.
Oh God, how do
okay.
I don't even know how to do that. Okay, wait, no, wait. Can I do that?
Oh no!
Oh wait, you rolled it. Okay.
Oh, cool. I rolled an 18.
Oh wait, what? Oh, wait,
Why'd you roll twice?
I don't know. I clicked it once. Oh, that's weird. I guess I got a 28.
Roll. Good, awesome.
I got a natural 20, then a natural 1.
All right. All right. It is now your turn. Whoever's turn it is.
Can you put them in order for us?
Yes. Oh, it was already in order.
This video game has music.
There we go.
Oh God, that actually legit scared me. I legit almost jumped out of my skin.
Okay, what's happening? Alright, I'm gonna go forward, I
You
guess.
see two goblins surrounding you.
Do they look like, do they have knives out, like threatening or anything?
Oh yeah, they've got their swords and their teeth are snarling at you guys.
I'm gonna go up to this one and I'm gonna try to take away its sword or dagger or whatever.
All right. Make a attack roll.
Like an armor attack. 24.
All right. Make a dex out of hand.
10. Would it be like a
Right.
force thing, like athletics?
Oh,
Or
how
bring
are
from-
you trying to how are you trying to get
like-
his sword off?
I'm trying to. Well, if he does he have a sheath or out?
No, it's out.
Oh, then yeah, I'm trying to grab it from his hand and like throwing it away from it.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Not better. So
Ooh,
8.
Right. He will contest it with his own athletics check.
roll less.
Yeah, no, he rolled a 2. So
Oh.
he did not expect you to just come to him and just grab his sword, and it just slips out of his hand because he's so damn surprised. And you basically just put the sword inside the puddle of water next to him.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna say, look, we could talk. That's my turn.
Franklin, your turn.
All right, cool. Franklin is going to move. If he moves here, can he see this goblin?
You can.
All right, cool. He is going to cast Ray of Frost on this guy. If it hits, his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. So I'm just going to roll to see if I hit. Okay, I thought that was me for a second. All right,
That's me.
that's a 24. He hits him for 6 cold damage. His speed is reduced by 10 feet. And I was here, so I only moved 10. So he's just going to womp back 10. Nope, he's just going to womp back 15 feet towards his best friend, Opal.
Oh, what is going on out there?
Goblins.
More goblins.
So 6 damage to cold damage to this boy here, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
All right.
Until the end of my next turn.
Yes, he gets a full blast of the Ray of Frost, and he's almost completely frozen stiff. He's shaking like with hyperthermia at this point, but he's still standing.
Yep.
At this
That's all I can
point,
do.
a mysterious shadow emerges from the water
What? No.
Oh God.
and attacks the goblin.
Oh.
Attacks the goblin?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
He tried to
Oh,
bring
he
up his sword to
critted
block.
the trident. And what he does is he's in the back of him and he sneakily attacks him. And he just bonks him on the head with the shaft of his trident. And the goblin just falls to the ground unconscious. It is now the goblin's turn, but unfortunately it's unconscious. Samuel's turn. Oh, if you would please take care of Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel's gonna take out his long sword and attack this gobbo. Oof.
10, that does not hit, unfortunately.
That's his turn.
All right, the goblin doesn't really dodge so much as falls over because he's half frozen. But because he falls over, the longsword actually misses him.
Okay.
Benjamin, it's your turn. If you take care of him, Opal.
Benjamin's gonna be all, that's not how you hit a goblin, this is how you hit a goblin, and he's going to attack with his great axe. That's a
Oh,
21.
God.
That hits.
6 slashing damage.
He just cleaves his shoulder in half. So he goes straight through his shoulder and just shatters his arm that was still frozen.
Oof.
And just the blood loss and shock alone is enough to finish off the goblin.
Oh, okay.
Kill this
Goblin
motherfucker.
dead.
And yeah, initiative is paused for the time being.
Opal will rush forward, thinking it's like finally her turn, and then she'll go, oh, okay, well, I guess I didn't have to do anything. You guys are so efficient. Who are you?
Name's Quillong. I'm really glad that you guys were able to provide a distraction. I've been studying this place for a while now, trying to get my chance to subdue these. What do you call these things? As he taps the goblin with his trident.
It's a goblin.
Goblin. I've heard
They
of
are-
these creatures.
Goblins
Never
are
actually seen
sometimes
one.
nice, and sometimes they're like really, really bad, but it just really kind of depends. You said Quillon is a Triton, right?
I did not mention that, but yes, he is a
Oh.
Triton.
Okay. Well, and then I'll like scamper up and
GM.
kind of get into his face and put my hand out and say, "It's nice to meet you, Quillon. My name is Opal, and these are my friends."
Oh,
Hey,
how do you
DM.
do? Yes.
Well, if Franklin makes an insight check on this guy,
Sure. What do you want insight?
just see if he's full of shit or not.
So far, he said his name is Quillong, and he doesn't know what a goblin is. He did not recognize a goblin.
Okay, can I use an insight to see if he's a decent person, if he's here to hurt us or whatever?
Sure. Get an insight check.
Okay, cool.
All right.
That is a nat 20.
So you just met this individual. You basically just said 2 sentences with of you, just by the pose that the way he's handling himself. You can tell he's a competent fighter, but that he is not overtly hostile towards you all.
Alright, cool. We are getting the useless nats 20s today.
It would have been better if you knew him a bit more, but you basically incited him. He gave you no information about himself.
You've been down here?
I've been monitoring these goblins. These puddles are not really puddles. They're actually go a lot deeper, and they reach to the ocean. I was able to get this area through these entryways.
And why are you doing this?
Recently, in the past few months, there's been several strange mutations in the fauna of the area near Ptolus, specifically in the oceans. I've been able to track down, because of this, it seems like chemical was introduced in the flora, and the fauna consumed it. It's been mutating them like crazy. You wouldn't believe what happened to the Sahuagins. You wouldn't recognize them now. In any case, I've been able to track the toxin to this area, to this cave system. I was dispatched to investigate and put a stop to it.
Oh, well, there used to be like a drug ring here, so maybe there is some toxin somewhere. We've been having really, really, really scary earthquakes. I've never experienced one before, and it like shakes you all around. But they said that the tremors traced back to here as well, so maybe our missions are one and the same.
I have experienced these earthquakes. Are they normal here in Ptolus?
Samuel.
Samuel already mentioned that yes, they are
Oh.
occasional, but like once every season or so, like 2 or 3 times a year. It's nothing major.
Okay. I guess they're not like as frequent as they are now, but like once couple times a year.
Oh, I don't know what earthquakes and chemicals have to do with each other, but I suggest that we band together and investigate the cave system and see what there might be.
All right. So you're here to do this. You said your name was Quillon. What do you do? How do you fight? Do you just fight with that Titan? And I'm like dashing around him and getting a good look at him and seeing if I can pick up any other information about him.
I'm from Konagas, far to the north, but yes, I am part. I'm sorry, I am a guard at the Konagas. Yes, trident is my main weapon.
Ooh, that is super exciting. What's it like being a guard there? Is it underwater?
Well,
It is underwater.
I think we have kind of pressing concerns.
Oh, sorry, I just got excited.
It's okay. I'm gonna start tying up this goblin who's just living out here.
All right, that's fair.
I'll
Yes.
cast Spare the Dying on the goblin just to make sure he doesn't die.
Okay. Yes, he does mumble and just he doesn't wake up, but he mumbles and kind of struggles a bit. But you are able to tie him up.
And I'll throw his sword into the water.
The sword, as you throw the sword, it just sinks into the water, and then, based on the light of Samuel, you do see that it sinks down pretty low. You're not able to judge it just because the optics of the water is strange, but you do get a sense that it drops a good 10 feet.
Okay, but it's out of sight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the water is murky. You get
Sorry,
a sense
I meant
of
like
the
from the surface. Like
it's not on the
sinking.
surface.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Samuel and this fish guy. I'll start pushing up again.
Where have you like looked around here, Mr. Quillon?
I've only been able to observe from these chambers. I've spotted several individuals. A lot of these goblins, as you say, and some other individuals which were taller, which were beefier.
Taller? What did they look like? Did they look like weird, or did they look like any of us, or did they look like people, or
They were very hairy.
very hairy? Okay.
Benjamin?
Does that sound like anything I know?
It sounds like it could be a bear, it could be a wolf, could be a giraffe, it could be a tabaxi, it could be a minotaur, it
Okay,
could
I get
be
your thing.
So the path splits?
what?
The path splits?
Yes, it does split in two.
Do you, talking to the trident guy, do you know which path we should take since you've been observing for a while?
I do not know which path leads to where. I do know that a lot of individuals were coming back and forth from this path right here,
We could.
but I don't know where it leads.
I mean, the goblin is still alive. We could always ask him.
He also seems like the type not to talk.
I'll go shake the goblin.
I
Wake up!
You definitely shouldn't do that.
Are you screaming, wake up?
No, I'm just kind of saying it like the same volume we've been talking.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Make a medicine check.
Okay.
troll one.
So you could do either a medicine check or
Or what?
a persuasion check, I guess.
Persuasion's higher, so I'd prefer that, but I already rolled an 18 on
Okay.
medicine, so we'll just.
Yes, you
I
are
already
able
rolled
to.
it.
You are able to shake him, and he seems to be coming back too. He blinks several times and then looks at you, and is taking a deep breath and preparing to scream.
I'll put my hand over his mouth.
Okay. Yes. Just as he's about to scream, you place the hand over his mouth, and it just comes out muffled and very weak.
Hi! We're here. We can untie you, but I
Yeah.
just need to know some information first. I'm. But
don't-
I need you to promise that you're not going to scream. If you're going to scream, then I'm going to have the big guy back there, and I'll gesture to Benjamin. He's going to have to kill you. And I think that you don't want that, no? And I'll shake my head, to see if he shakes his head.
He just stares at you with those beady eyes.
Do you
Deep,
understand
filled
me?
hatred eyes.
Do you understand me? Can you speak common?
Nods.
Do you want to die?
Shakes his head.
Okay. Do you want to be let go?
Nods.
Okay, so you're going to tell me information, right?
He just shrugs his shoulders.
Come on, I promise I won't let them hurt you.
Make an intimidation check.
I mean I was 110% lying, but I will intimidate. 22.
All right, so yeah, he believes you, and yeah, he seems to be cooperating.
Okay, as soon as you lie though, the big guy's gonna have to chop, or as soon as you yell though, or make a big noise, the big guy's gonna have to chop your head off. So you have to be really quiet, okay? We have a deal?
He finally sees a giant minotaur just looking at him and baring his teeth, and yeah, he's starting to get very nervous.
He also eats people, but I promise that I will protect you as long as you tell me what we need to know.
Nods forcefully his head up and down.
I'll wink at the rest of the group just so they know that I'm not being serious. And I will take my hand slowly off this guy's mouth.
What do you want?
We just want to know, why are you here?
Here guarding.
What are you guarding? That sounds so exciting. I bet you're a really good guard.
Guarding the entrance.
The entrance? What is back there? Where do you go?
To the kitchen, 2D sleeping quarters.
Oh, and where are all of those? What goes down the right? What will we find if we go down the right path?
That's where we put all our dead stuff.
The dead stuff. Oh man. And what is down the left path?
That's where we work and stuff, and where we eat and sleep.
And what are you guys all doing down here? What are you working on?
And now we're just waiting for the boss.
Who's the boss?
I shouldn't say. He's very strong and powerful.
I know, but you really should say, because otherwise I might have to let the big guy eat you. And I really don't want to do that.
He's an earth mover. There's no way there's no way your big guy's scarier than him.
An earth mover? Sorry, I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
That's what he said.
An earth mover? Have I heard of anything like this before?
No. You have
Okay.
you have heard of individuals that have heard of spells that can do stuff with the earth, like mold earth and stuff.
Okay. An earth mover? That's super exciting. I bet he is really strong, like you say. I bet he makes a very great boss. What is he having you do right now besides just guard?
Scarred.
Well, for a goblin of your talents, that seems like quite a bit of a waste.
He just shrugs his shoulders.
What are you guarding? Just like the home base?
It's the entrance.
Oh. And does this Earthbreaker, is he the one, or Earth Mover, is he the one who's making all of the tremors?
Yes and no.
What does that mean?
I mean, he's doing something. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I've heard it was really, really cool.
Where? Oh, do you want a chance to look at it? Maybe we could go see. You can tell me where, though, right?
I know where it is, but it's a locked door. There's no way we could go through.
I have a secret. I'm really good with locked doors. Do you want to
Not
see?
this door. It's really strong. It's not a regular door.
But it has a handle, yes?
Yeah.
I can pick the lock.
Well, good luck with that, lady.
I don't think you want to snark me. Just saying, I've been nothing but nice to you.
I've been nothing but truthful to you.
Can I have been insight checking this whole spiel?
Sure.
Okay.
Natural.
23.
Yeah, he's being truthful to you, but he's getting less and less scared of you guys by the minute.
All right. Well, so the thing that the boss is working on is at the end of the hall, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna pull my dagger out and conk him over the top of the head.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I'm trying to knock him out.
Understand.
Oh no. That's a 22!
You take the hilt of your dagger and you just knock him on the head.
Okay. I assume that you wanted him alive, Holo, yes?
Holo.
Oh, sorry. I read your name. And Tom, yes? Even though I think we should kill him, because if he's
No.
alive, then he might warn us.
Warn
No.
us? What?
Warn the other people about us.
I mean, he's tied up right here. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He could scream. He was about to.
We'll put rope over his mouth.
Okay. I will bind his mouth tightly. Just so
Right.
you know, I wasn't, planning on letting him do fun things. It
What
was just
is-
me lying.
I'm concerned that you called them fun things.
When if you talk to them in the way that they want, then it's a little bit easier to get things out of them. And then I'll wink.
Okay.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Mine is 13.
That was mine.
Samuel is 9, and mine's is 17.
Oh no. Benjamin's 11.
All right, so Tom is the only one that hears this, but he does hear two deep voices that are coming towards him
From which direction?
from the main hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna signal everybody quietly to hide.
Can I like hide the goblin too as well?
Where are you guys heading?
Where do they seem to be coming from?
This direction.
I mean, there's a hallway right here.
Yeah, I guess I'll press up against over here. Samuel too.
Samuel,
Hey!
you're back.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Okay, so Samuel wants to drown himself in this water over here. I changed my mind.
how'd you know?
I hate your
What the
Yeah.
fuck's with that profile picture?
Can I move the goblin like back here?
Can. All right, so Samuel, quick recap. You guys were hired by Lord Zevere, who's a really rich individual, nobles quarter, to investigate the source of the earthquakes. It so happens that was able to triangulate the source of the earthquakes to be the warehouse in the Warrens district. You guys were able to get to the warehouse. Discovered there was a false floor near the warehouse that gave way into a cave system. You were able to get into the cave system. You dispatched a couple of goblins, and met a Triton that's investigating the source of weird chemicals that's mutating the local fauna and flora nearby. That seems to be coming in from this cave system.
Okay, cool. Quick question: did Samuel make a Goblin Slayer reference while fighting goblins?
No, they did not.
we did not. Shorty.
forward.
And we don't need to.
I've also put your profile as public so that Holo could take over your character during fights.
I'm sorry, I revealed to everyone by accident that you were changing.
Oh, it's okay. I was gonna reveal it this session anyway, so it works out.
Put it back to private, so you are the only one available, and I will modify your sheet.
Also, your fucking
20.
sheet looks dope. That's
Benjamin Samuel. There we go. All right. So yes, you did meet a Triton that was investigating the source of the contamination. And yeah, at this point, you have just heard two deep voices to see what comes from the entrance.
Yeah, Franklin ran into this secondary hallway with his good friend Tom.
Okay, you smell some rotting flesh coming from there.
Oh, cool.
Gross.
oh cool. Like casual.
Super cool.
A few things.
Well,
So-
where's this large Minotaur and cat gonna go?
So you hear the following as two enormous shadows come towards you in the dim light. New boss. Yeah, after what he did to Brutus, that wasn't too smart. You see, Benjamin would be the one seeing it. He sees two bugbears dragging the corpse of a hobgoblin. At that point, they see Benjamin and they flank him.
Oh god.
Wait, you didn't make Benjamin move?
He was right in the front. I didn't realize it was coming down this thing. I was gonna put him back here more. But
Well,
oh well.
regardless, they
It
would have
wouldn't
spotted
really
you
matter.
guys by entering.
It's fine. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. All right, let's roll initiative, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Or were we rolling?
Doing-
Okay.
do you want to
Roll.
clear your?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Shorty, you might have to redo. Oh my god, that fucking
Tut, tut,
picture.
tut, crap. What
Where are you? You are.
It's even
Alright,
better,
well,
so we'll keep the better roll.
Garbage.
Damn!
It's even
Opal,
better
what
by
the fuck?
1.
I am suddenly rolling well.
Really quick, why is it Jimmy Dean's son your profile picture?
No, I changed it. You have to refresh, dude. And it's because it's my favorite picture of all time.
Is it because of your breakfast character?
Why? The commercials weren't even that good.
Yeah, but look at him. He's cute.
I mean,
Oh my
listen, I
God.
won't judge your interests.
All right, Opal, it is your turn.
Oh god, I'm never prepared to go first. This character. I'm going to back the fuck up over here. And we are going to let's toll the dead. So they haven't taken any damage. So I need a wisdom saving throw.
All right. A rolled a 16.
Aw, man. Okay, so there's just a loud bell noise.
All right. So the first individual, which I'm assuming you all figure out is a bugbear at this point, just here's a ring in his ears, and he bashes one side of his head with his hand, but doesn't seem too perturbed by it.
Okay, I'm going to back further up over here.
Right, anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna stick with that for now.
All right. The first bugbear is going to attack Benjamin, as the target is right in front of him. He's going to grab his Morning Star and just back it on Benjamin. So does a 14 hit?
14 hits. Go ahead and roll. Oh wait,
All
sorry.
right.
I suddenly turned into a DM.
It does a whole 9 piercing damage on Benjamin.
Whoa.
He's dead.
It's fine. He can take it.
Benjamin just takes the hit, and he looks completely unfazed. Little tiny holes are starting bleeding on his shoulder from the piercing damage from the Morning Star.
Okay.
All right, it is now Benjamin's turn.
Benjamin's very mad, so he is going to rage.
Yeah.
And is going to swing his axe. So that is a 7 to hit.
Unfortunately, the bugbear seems to have been prepared for retaliation and just slaps the great axe with his hand to ensure the great axe does not hit him.
Okay, well he's raging, so he's gonna stay there.
Samuel, it's your turn.
Samuel will run up here and attack the hobgoblin.
Flanking.
Hobgoblin is dead, man.
Oh, big sad. Then he'll run here and not attack the hobgoblin. He'll attack the bugbear.
Okay. Yeah. You are flanking, so you do have advantage.
I guess I'll roll for the
Nat
crit.
20.
No crit.
You
7
won.
damage.
One better.
So 7
no, it would
damage.
be the 21 damage.
Oh, okay. I'll take 8
21
damage. And
attack,
then
okay.
I'll bonus action polearm attack him.
Okay.
Do I have advantage on this?
Yes, you do.
Cool. 23.
Yes, 23 does hit, so that's a total of 15 damage.
Cool. And
All right, that's a great hit.
That's all.
He's already starting to look rough, and he's really angry. Long is going to step out of the water and actually attack this bugbear. Doop 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 doop. Are you? There you are. So he's going to take out his trident and just rush the bugbear. Fortunately, he rolled a 13 and doesn't hit. The bugbear is surprised by what's coming, but his backhand, he just slaps the trident out of his way. It is now Zari / Tom's turn.
That's right.
Fine. And you want to go right here? Attack this one right here below me.
All right.
Boop. And then I'll do
24 does hit.
I'll do Vital Strike
Okay.
to add to the damage. So that's 8 damage total.
All right. He's looking rough.
And then
Bleeding all over. He's got big fat bruises from your strikes.
bonus action, attack him again.
All right.
Oof.
10 does not hit. So, well, it does hit him, but it hits him on like the knee, on his knee, where there's like big, where it's pretty damn strong. So you're not able to do any damage.
You just capped him.
Yeah.
Not well, though.
The bugbear, being really enraged at this point, is going to grab the hobgoblin and use him as a cudgel, and just try to smash him with on Samuel.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
That's hilarious.
Where are you? There you are. Six does not hit, unfortunately.
No,
So
sir.
he was not prepared. Unfortunately, he was not proficient with hobgoblin fighting. So the corpse is not as rigid as he thought it was going to be. It's not like a plank of wood. It just flops all over. So as he tries to swing it, it flops in a weird direction, right between you and Tom. Franklin, it is now your turn.
Okay, this guy has not been damaged yet, right?
No, he has not been damaged.
Okay, perfect. This one goes out to our cleric with Toll the Dead, and I'm going to cast Magic Missile on that guy and do 3d4 plus 3. Oh wait, I just realized I can just click on it. Alright, cool. That's wait, what? Just one? Oh wait, I have to roll
Yeah,
all of them. Okay.
you can send the bolts to separate places.
No, that's fair. Okay, that's 12 damage on this boy here.
All right, he looks surprised. Expected more melee attacks, not like little balls of light going after him. Yeah, these are solid hits.
Alright, so I can't move. If I move here, he'll get an attack of opportunity even with my thing. So I'm going to just move 10 feet back for free.
All right. Hopefully, it is now your turn.
Is everybody okay? I assume so. Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm keeping track. We're gonna Toll the Dead again on this dude's taking damage?
You've all
Or
taken
which
damage.
Oh, okay, which one looks like he's the closest to almost dying? Out of the
It
two.
would be it would be the second.
Do I have line of sight on that? Or is there too many big people in the way?
You would barely have line of sight.
Okay, I would move to wherever I need to have line of sight.
Because the big creature does not fill the entirety of 5 feet, but
Yeah.
it's just you're able to see him between them, everyone.
Okay, wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Aw, I didn't roll well. I rolled decently. Never mind.
Oof, a 9. So yes, it does hit.
Hey, okay, he takes 7 damage.
All right, the bugbear just doesn't even flinch for the longest time, and then just topples over.
Okay, that's all I'm doing.
All right, the bugbear, seeing his companion just fall down, rage attack Benjamin. That's a 13 to hit.
13 just hits.
All right, so he does another 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Alrighty.
It's now Benjamin's turn.
He, enraged, is going to swing back at this dude. He doesn't get advantage or anything. That sucks. With his great axe. That is a 10 to hit. No, stop it.
This
I'm
does
not
not.
doing well.
This does not hit. Benjamin has a cut on his head, and there's blood dripping in his eyes, so he's not able to see very well.
Oh no.
So he launches his attack, but unfortunately completely misses.
Okay. Yeah, that's all he's doing. He's even more mad now.
All right, Samuel, it's your turn.
Jordan.
Okay, Samuel will run around and he'll attack.
Advantage, boy.
Fish for that.
All right, so 15 does hit. Actually, it does not hit. I'm sorry.
Be tough.
Advantage.
Oh, don't yell at
You
me.
do have advantage. You're flanking with Benjamin.
What about
Wait,
me?
yell
does
at them,
hit.
Zari.
Okay, so that'll do 10, and then Samuel will action surge and attack again.
Yeah.
19 for 10 more.
All right.
All right, so your quick 2 stabs in successions do find your mark. And it's just I'm sorry. The bugbear is actually facing Benjamin, so he never sees the attack coming, but he certainly feels it. After the second attack, you hear a roar of pain, and then he just slumps over.
Oof. GG.
Congratulations!
Nice.
Killed a guy.
We're able to kill Maria and Penelope.
I love that those are their names. I'm gonna walk up to Benjamin and kind of tap him on the shoulder and cast Cure Wound. That is an 8th back.
Benjamin is just going to nod at you. These were worthy opponents. Will make an even worthier meal.
I'm okay with you eating these guys, honestly. Can I like tap through their pockets?
Certainly can. Make an investigation check.
That was I almost rolled an intimidation. I'm gonna yell the coins from their pockets.
Okay, so you investigate, and you have a startling realization that they don't wear pants and therefore have no pockets.
Ew, this is so gross. I'm not touching them.
I think we should be going. Before
We should
anything else comes.
probably put the dead bodies where all the rest of the dead bodies are.
I don't know what it's like in there. There might be more people in there.
I'll go peek down the hallway.
Which hallway? One?
Yeah.
All right, so
Wrong
yeah,
hallway.
you do see like a pile of corpses. Some are fresh, some have been there for a while. Most of them are goblins. You do see a dwarf or two. You see also a big fat ogre that's just lying there with like flakes of earth like covering his entire body.
Okay, then do I see anything like dangerous?
No.
There seems to be nothing of a problem. We could just have Benjamin like kind of drag them down that way just in case.
Okay, if you want. Okay.
So I guess
Benjamin is gonna look disappointed that he's dragging away his perfectly good fresh meals inside a den of inside a pile of corpses.
you
Didn't want
can
to
eat
cross
them.
contaminate his food.
You can eat them after the rest of them are dead too.
I'll hold you to that.
Bless you. Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Do we want the dude said that there's all the things on this side, and that's where the goblins like lived and stuff.
Yeah. I can scout ahead. Try and
Fine.
to see if there's guys with it.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, make a stealth check. assuming you want to stealthily scout.
No, I'm just running.
I'm sorry, I don't want to roll you into keeping you alive.
No.
If you don't want to,
I was gonna stop.
all right. Yes, you are unsure of these tunnels, and since you don't have a light source, you're doing the best you can to sneak your way through, but without being able to see too clearly what's ahead, you're having trouble to make sure that you've got every angle's covered by when you're sneaking.
I'll light up a little match.
All right. I would say that gives you a good 15 of illumination, but it's dim light.
Mhm. Oh god.
Wrong, wrong tool.
The darkness
again.
consume me. I'm gonna try to hug along.
All right. So far, you don't see anything. You do see some marks on the ground where the hobgoblin was just dragged, so like a trail of blood. Some big footprints left by the bugbear that even like a grandma could notice. But yeah, that's pretty much all you see at the moment.
What's over here? Okay. I'm gonna go back to the group and be like, it looks clear. It's kind of hard to tell with this tiny match.
Well, do we just like want to go in there then?
I would suggest we stealth, but
I could also like disguise myself as one of the hobgoblins.
that would only work on you, right?
Yes, but I mean we could get some more information. It's up to you. I was just throwing out ideas.
That could work.
They also killed one of the hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant the bigger one, the bugbear.
Can you become that tall?
How much taller were the bugbears than me?
Oh, they were a good 7 foot.
Oh Jesus,
You can disguise me, and you can be my prisoners.
That could work, but that means that I won't have very many spells left, so nobody can get hurt.
Speaking of, can everyone make a perception check?
Oh no.
Nah. That's an 18, boys.
Hey, that's a
Ben.
19 for Benjamin.
All right, Samuel and Tom, you oddly feel a glass container inside your pockets.
What?
I take it out.
Looking at it, it is a potion of healing.
Sounds fake, but okay. Okay.
I'm gonna like dump out the contents to see if something comes out.
You're gonna just dump out a potion of healing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you dump the content, and yeah, the contents are dumped.
Okay.
See a
I'm
nice
gonna-
little puddle just seeping in the ground.
Do I
I'm-
see them doing this?
No, I'm gonna give mine to.
Yeah, they're right in front of you.
I'm gonna give mine to Opal and say, I think you can use this better than I.
Can I sniff it? Is it like a normal potion of healing?
Yeah, you accept you accept it. Blah, blah, blah. You accept the potion from Samuel, and then you uncork it, you smell it. Yeah, it smells just like a regular potion of healing, like the ones you have already.
And it just appeared in your pocket?
I'm not a very perceptive man. It could have been there a while and I just didn't know.
That's really weird. When we were on our way here, and there were goblins on the way here, I picked up a potion of healing off the ground, and then it disappeared from my bag like the next day, and it was really odd. So now there's potions appearing?
Can I use my alchemist supplies to determine if it's an actual potion of healing? Okay.
You'll have to. Are you using leftover potion fragments from your own potion, or are you taking the ones from Samuel?
I'm taking the ones from the one I dumped out.
So you're looking into it, and it has the texture, and it has the smell, and has the taste of a regular potion of healing. Looking deeper with your alchemist tools, everything seems to check out.
Oh. Guess I'll just take the bottle with me.
All right.
Does anybody want to try it?
It seems to be normal from what I could see.
Here, Benjamin, you try it, and I will give it to him.
There you are.
And I will give Benjamin the potion of healing. I have 2 others, and like, he's not looking too hot.
He's probably just gonna eat it with the glass.
All right. Benjamin gets 7 points of healing.
All right. I don't trust this. I'm like
And-
looking at him to see if he's like doing okay.
Looks perfectly fine, and then he freezes, and then he explodes.
Wait, really?
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Oh my god!
Dang.
I just had like a little baby panic attack. Holy shit! I was like, oh no, I killed Joey's character when he's not
That'd
here.
been hilarious.
I killed his
You wanted to
character.
use him as a guinea pig, so I mean,
I know, but he has a high constitution. Oh my gosh.
Constitution can't save you from exploding.
Okay, anyway.
I'm gonna start moving into this, asking Samuel if he could come next to me so I could see.
I can, but I'm not nearly as sneaky
You-
as you, and I'll
you
walk
have-
up.
You have a spear. Your spear is lit.
Yeah, but he also has disadvantage on throws.
Do you want me to just here,
True.
Tom? I'll just here, and I'll like. Sorry, Samuel. Just stay in the light, and I will cast light on the back of Tom's head.
No.
Is there somewhere else you would rather have the ball of light?
I mean, like, Samuel having the light is fine.
But he's not sneaky.
I mean, I can't.
But
be
his head being
sneaky.
lit won't help
Yeah.
him be sneaky.
He could put his cloak over it and just have like partial light.
You could cast. You can cast light into his mouth, so he can just close it.
Let's not do that. Let's just. I'll just get my little fucking cave thing on my back, and I'll just put it on. My head.
Instead of a gold tooth, he has a light tooth.
Oh my god.
We pimping, man.
Oh my
Just opening someone's mouth is just a light spell inside. That's terrifying.
god! I'm crying. So funny.
Yeah, I'll try to put my like little cave thing on the back of my head, so it's hooded,
Okay.
and I'll.
Was light casted on you at all, or not?
Yeah, I cast light on him.
Okay. So I'll say you get a dim light for up to 20 feet if you have your cloak on.
Okay. Opal.
Now you have the use of both hands instead of having one with matches.
Opal, do you wanna come with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Can I cast Blessing of the Trickster on myself? Oh no! How did I close my character sheet? What the fuck?
You click that little X
Also,
button.
I'm pretty sure you can only cast Blessing of the Tricksters on other people.
I'm pretty sure you can too. Now that I think about it. Well-
I think you can cast it on yourself, but I'm pretty sure you can only do that like once a
touch
day.
a willing
can't-
creature other than yourself. for an hour until you use this feature again. Here you go, Top. And I'll touch him and make him.
God, please don't touch me.
But now you're sneakier. You're welcome again.
Oh, God, your weird magic.
All right, so is Tom heading out alone, or is
I'm
Opal-
going to
All right,
with an 18 stealth.
Tom, roll with advantage.
21.
Nice. All right, so now that you have a better light source and you can see a bit further, and you've already scouted a bit ahead, you're more familiar with what's ahead of you, and you get a sense that you're much more prepared into being sneaky and stuff.
I will hug the wall again.
I'm following Tom's lead.
What is this? That's a crevice.
I love the slowly revealing as we creep along. It's cracking me up.
Yeah.
At this point, you hear voices coming ahead of you, like
Does,
metal grinding on metal.
like they're coming
What are-
towards me, or like they're stationary?
They seem to be stationary.
What do they seem to be saying?
What languages do you speak?
Nothing super helpful in this situation.
Speak halfling. Are they speaking halfling?
They are not speaking halfling.
Dang.
Yeah, I have Elvish. It's not helpful.
The high society criminals.
Doop, 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 doop.
Oh God.
Yes, you have entered a sleeping / communal area. Goblins just hear you coming, and two dwarfs are staring directly at you. And they're all just looking at you with a puzzled expression until one of them says, "Attack!" And they are all rushing towards you.
Oh
They
God!
rolled their perception.
They rolled badass perception, bruh.
Well, all they needed was one or two of them to roll
Oh.
high, and yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
dwarves were, they're on the table, and the dwarves are looking straight at them.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious about what they specifically rolled.
I'll kind of okay, well, never mind. I'll do it on my turn. It's fine.
Can't cast fireball. That's it.
Everyone roll initiative, even though you guys are not in fight right now.
Fireball!
It'd be hilarious if Blessing and the Trickster Clerics got fireball.
Why do I keep rolling a natural 20 with
It
initiative?
keeps rolling it twice for some reason. It's weird.
Just change it to 21. Franklin cast fireball into the chamber with Opal right there.
No!
Yeah.
Don't me.
Do it.
No?
Yeah.
That's a lot of initiatives I have to roll. I'm almost done.
You could,
Now,
Well,
Oh no.
okay.
We're
It's a
gonna
good thing.
die.
All right, it's a good thing you guys are first.
Oh my god. Okay.
Opal, what do you do?
I know that Tom was lying from earlier, so I'm going to panic and bonus action cast Healing Word on him. That's a 5. And then I'm going to run back here 15 feet and go, guys, they spotted us. Come help, please. I assume that's probably not my action. I don't know.
Reaction.
Okay, cool. Then I'll step forward 15 feet again, and do I have visual on any of these dudes?
Yeah, you would have visual on these three.
Okay.
The two goblins, the two far goblins,
Okay.
and the dwarf in the middle.
I will toll the dead.
What?
This dude, the first one. Oh, sorry. I am not moved over enough. On, like, this one.
Okay.
So that is
Oh,
a wisdom
wisdom.
saving throw.
Rolled a 16.
Aw, sad. Okay. It
Very
doesn't.
wise goblin. A
Very wise.
scholar, really. Got little glasses and a scholar hat. All right. Unfortunately, that does not land. Ari / Tom, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run for this one. Attack it.
All right.
15.
15 does hit.
6 points of damage.
All right. It's rough. It's barely standing on your first hit already.
Okay. Bonus action attack.
Okay.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, the second attack is enough to lay it down on the ground.
Okay,
It not lethally, so your first strike you stun him, like you do a hit on his throat to stun him, and then second attack you hit him on the side, and he topples over, but you're able to grab him as you're finishing the first attack. You're using that hand to gently grab him and make sure he doesn't fall headfirst on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
he's down.
and then 5, 10, 15. Oh yeah, that's how I'm yeah, that's everything.
You're still able to move, I believe,
I used up all my
about
movement.
20 feet. I thought you were like here.
Oh, was I? I thought I was over here. 10, 15, 20. I can move like here. 25. There you go.
Okay. It is now Benjamin's turn.
Okay.
Benjamin, come to the rescue.
He is going to dash. So 30 feet. Well, wait. Let's go like this. Let's make. I can't. This is difficult. Okay. 20 feet,
Math is hard.
30 feet, 35. So
55.
55. He can only go 5 more. Oh no, but he will. Okay. That's all he can do.
All right, Samuel.
Samuel will do the same thing. So he'll go there. And then he'll dash down in front of Benjamin.
Unfortunately, Benjamin is taking the entire hallway, so you're not able to
God
dash in front
damn
of
it,
him.
Benjamin, you dick. Okay, he'll stay there.
Hey, can't you move past allies?
Yes, he can, but it's a difficult terrain. So 10 feet would be 5 feet, so he would be occupying the same space as Benjamin there, and he can't do that. So he has to be here.
Yeah.
It's now the goblin's turn. This goblin is going to rush towards Tom and
no.
take out. Use the same use the same sword he was using to chop the meat in front of him while he was eating, and try to use it to stab Tom with. Does a 7? I'm assuming does not hit.
7 just misses.
All right. So as he was trying to chop the meat got stuck on his sword, so it threw his sword unbalanced while he was trying to stab you with it. It just he totally misses because it's unbalanced.
God.
Franklin, he's going to use his free action to take a bite out of the meat on his sword. Franklin, it's your turn.
All right. All Franklin can do is make a double move.
Did I miss a few characters? Yeah, fuck. I'm
Aw.
sorry, guys. I missed some rolls, apparently. So this
That's
goblin
okay.
is going to attack Tom as well.
Okay.
Doop, 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 doop. He rolled a natural 19, which translates to 23, so I'm assuming that hits.
That hits.
And he does 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, Franklin, it is now your turn.
All he can do is double move right here. And he's going to use his free action to tell everyone to get the fuck out of the way so he can make his shot, and also so that they can lead the other people away from their friend who's going to die.
How does Franklin say that without whispering?
Listen, if you guys want to let him die, that's your business. Franklin don't fucking care.
I just wanted to hear Franklin be loud.
All right, it is now Quillung's turn. He's going to also dash and try to come to the rescue. Oh. All right, the dwarves are next, and they come
Tom's
forward.
gonna die.
And this dwarf is just going to step over the goblin, not caring. Doop 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 doop. The first dwarf who's on the goblin strike you. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a good grip on the floor because he's on the actual goblin, and he kind of trips over the goblin, and he totally misses you while trying to hit you. The second one is actually trips on the goblin and smacks on the next to him, also miss. So yeah, you are safe for this round.
Sounds good.
Oh, sighs and relief and healer.
Is now Hobgoblin's turn.
Oh no!
Attack me too. Yeah, do it.
The Hobgoblin is going to express a sigh of frustration that all of his allies missed so convincingly. He's going to attempt to show him how it's done. A 16 hit.
16 just hits.
All right, so he takes his longsword and just slashes you with it, doing 7 points of damage.
Okay. I'm down.
No!
I don't want to be that guy, but like why did you run into a group of them, my guy?
Opolar, it's now your turn.
Oh god. Okay. Do I see Tom go down?
Oh, yes.
Shit. Okay, I'm going to cast Healing Word because I can't make it there. 7 healing.
Okay.
Oh, you're so good, you heal him up 100%.
It's because he has no fucking health. And then I'll go, Benjamin, please get in there and save him, and I will cast Toll the Dead on one dude, whatever dude has been hit.
None of them have been hit.
Oh,
The only one that's been hit is already down.
then the Hobgoblin.
Okay.
That's a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. Doop, 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 doop. Rolled a 7.
Yes. Okay. Well, he only takes 2 damage, but there's a
Okay.
loud bell noise.
Yes! Victory! Till, he actually kills Flo again. All right, speaking of Zari / Tom, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the hobgoblin.
Okay.
Oof. But I get to reroll that because I'm a halfling. 17.
Nice. 17. Let's see if it hits. 17 does not hit.
Okay. Bonus action.
Oh no.
Boop. 15. Even worse.
All right, so you're still wobbly on your feet, having tasted having been so close to death. So your strikes have very little punch into it, very little strength. So while your second hit does connect, it makes absolutely no damage whatsoever.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's my everything.
Benjamin.
Okay, Benjamin is running in there and is going to swing at the first thing. He's not raging, so he's going to rage. And
Can you
is going to. Yeah, he is too. So as a bonus action, he's going to rage, and then he is going to attack with advantage. 15 and a 9. God damn.
Those unfortunately both misses. His
No.
rage, well, he's used to raging. He's not used to raging against a hobgoblin. He's never seen such a thing, and therefore is very unsure about where to him to actually do the most amount of damage. And in his indecision, he totally misses on both attacks. So it's your turn.
Samuel will run in and I think make it to the hobgoblin. Yeah, so he'll get in there.
Yeah, get into it.
Oh, big miss.
Nate
He'll
misses.
take his bonus action attack too.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
17.
17 also misses.
Oh no, boys, Tom is dead.
Actually, it does hit him, but it hits him square in the armor and doesn't seem to penetrate his armor at all.
Jesus.
Hobgoblins.
The thing about it is, a couple of them are actually not that bad, but in a fight like this, they're difficult.
Yeah.
Anything else, Samuel?
No.
All right, the first goblin is going to attack Tom again.
Oh no.
Closest thing. Does a 22 hit.
Uh-huh.
It does 7 points of damage.
I'm down. Oh god, I have to sneeze. Jesus. Okay, there we go.
Second goblin is going
Selfish for you
to.
to sneeze, buddy.
Second goblin is gonna flank Benjamin and attack Benjamin. Even with advantage, he rolled 15 on each.
Well, that
That
still
hit?
hits.
Okay, that's 5 slashing damage.
Okay. Got it.
The goblins are doing work. They are very happy at this moment. They have been recognized. Franklin, it's your turn.
All right. If I move here, how far can I see?
Right now you're in
actually
the.
move my
Right now, Holo still has light on him, and he's on the ground, so the light is emanating from Holo, so you're able to see everything.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, because dim light looks like full light to me. Awesome. This hobgoblin's a problem, so we're just gonna go ahead and hit him with a chromatic orb.
Oh god, if that
fuck this guy.
misses. His AC's over 17.
All right, fine. I won't use it.
No, I'm
Do
just
it.
I'm
Don't let
panicking.
Zari metagame out.
I'm panicking.
Do what you were gonna do. You already said it.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Let's fuck this guy up. Oh, I just realized I don't know what type of thing I wanted to do. Oh wait, shoot. Do I get any bonuses for using it? No, I do not. All right, cool. I'm going to use Okay, I'll use cold damage on him. Damn it. Oh well.
Yes, you throw the cold damage, but you miss your mark. It goes actually right above Tom's character and just dissipates in the distance.
Alright, it's better than a natural one.
Quillong's turn. He
Wait,
is going
really
to.
quick. I casted a level 1 spell, so I can move 10 feet for free. I'm just gonna move right here. Inch my way closer.
It is now Quillong's turn. He is going to move and use his action to also move. He is going to move right here to let whoever's coming forward be able to take a hit. The Hobgoblin's going to attack. He's going to attack Benjamin, flanking him. With advantage, that's a 13. Does that hit?
Oh, that does hit.
That does 6 points of damage.
Half to 3.
All right, it is now the dwarf's turn. Over Benjamin. Whoops. No, stop that. Layers, bands. There we go. There we go. And he's going to attack Quilong. Oof, that's a miss. Quilong has never seen a dwarf either. He definitely parries the hand axe of the dwarf coming at him. Second one is going to move forward and flank Quilong. Him much better either. He also misses. He also gets parried. Along with his long trident, is able to parry both of them at once. Opal, it is now your turn.
Okay. I can't get there, so I'm going to inch my way here so I'm still out of their fight because I can get there next turn, and am going to cast Toll the Dead on who has taken the most damage?
I think the Hobgoblin is the only one that has taken damage.
Okay, on him. Wisdom saving throw?
Where's the hobgoblin?
Right here. So the Hobgoblin, wisdom saving throw. That's a 4, wisdom.
Okay, so he takes 4 points of necrotic damage.
All right, so yes, the Hobgoblin has felt that, and he's starting to look rough. He's almost going to one knee, but has managed to find the strength to come back up. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Zari/Tom. Saving throw.
Okay. 10.
That's a success.
Ah!
I don't know how to mark. Oh, here it is. Just kidding.
I don't have modifiers.
Yeah, no.
Just saving
I didn't know
throws.
how to mark it on D&D Beyond. I've never had to roll
Okay.
this. I figured it out.
This is now Benjamin's turn.
Benjamin's going to take the attack of opportunity and move here so we can reach Tom.
Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Goblin is going to attack.
Not this dude attacks.
Yeah, that's what I said,
Oh.
the goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said hobgoblin. I was like,
does
no.
does a 10 hit?
No.
Okay.
Okay, and so
Oh.
he's going to lay on hands for 4 points
All right.
on Tom.
You feel a third chance of life seeping into your bones.
Okay.
There's a dwarf right up in your face.
Anything else for Benjamin?
That's all he can do.
All right, Samuel, your turn.
All right, cool. I will attack the Hobgoblin. Are we
Get this bitch
flanking
out
him?
the way.
Yep.
We're still missing. I'll then bonus action attack him.
That's a miss.
Advantage.
Miss. Oh,
Oh, yeah, you also have advantage on your bonus attack.
missed.
All right, the Hobgoblin sees you coming and just deftly parries both
That's
strikes.
the most badass creature in the game.
And the Hobgoblin is feeling very good about himself.
No.
It's now the Goblin's turn. They are going to... this one's going to attack Quilong, the closest target. It does hit for 4 points of slashing damage. Quilong takes the damage, but seems unfazed. The second hobgoblin is going to come over and is going to flank Benjamin.
Okay.
Doop, 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 doop. Okay, so he rolled an 18 and a 7. I'm assuming 18 hits.
Yep.
That does 5 slashing damage.
All right. Halved. Benjamin.
Franklin, it's all on you, man. Saved the day.
Damn, that's crazy. How bad does the hobgoblin look?
He's looking really rough, but he's still hanging in there.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'm just mad at myself.
He is going to cast Eldritch Blast at this hobgoblin. So he just makes a blue ball of energy appear from his bracers into his hand and just shoots it at this motherfucker.
Oh Jesus!
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yes.
For a moment, you think you don't have control over your power. The power is going way too strongly. But last moment, you suddenly gain control again. Just a beam of brilliant Eldritch Blast just goes a straight beam straight at the hobgoblins, and just leaves a big hole on him.
His eyes and hair turn bright white, but then it seeps out into his hand, and he just attacks.
Dope.
Hey, this bitch is dead.
All right.
This guy.
Yeah. The goblins' turn. They are going to. Well, they're still flanking Quilong, so they're going to take shots at him again. They know this is a losing fight at this time, so they're putting all their energy at attacking Quilong. So that's 22 to hit for 6 slashing damage, and the second one is also going to attack with advantage. 3 damage, so that's 9 damage total. Quilong is not able to parry both attacks. They have adjusted their tactics. So he takes both blows, and he's starting to be a little shaken up, but still standing. It's still going strong. Quilong, unfortunately, I have forgotten his turn, so he'll go right now. Quilong is going to retaliate against this dwarf and do 11 piercing damage.
Hey.
All right. That ends his turn. Cool, your turn.
Okay. I see that Tom's back up, and I'm going to go. Tom, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm gonna get this dwarf off of you, and I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at the dwarf. So I need a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
How do you have dissonant whispers? My God.
You don't know.
He rolled an 8. That's a 10.
Yes. Okay, so he takes 10 damage, this dude, and is forced to move his speed away from me, which
Okay.
also means that everybody gets attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. So Samuel, Benjamin, and
Hey.
Yep.
Yes.
Benjamin gives no crap. Samuel.
That's an additional 2 points as well. So that's
Okay.
21 plus 2, 23.
Benjamin and Samuel, seeing their opportunity, just stab him and bash him at the same time. The dwarf that's running in fear just gets 2 shots right in the abdomen, and he's still trying to move, but the spear and the axe embedded in his abdomen just unable to move, and he just slumps over, and he perishes.
That's what I thought. That's what you get for stepping on my friend, bitch.
Perish.
Anything else?
No.
All right, sorry, fast calm.
I'm staying here.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna look around me, and I'm gonna attack this gobbo. 16.
16 does
Is
hit.
this dude alive?
No, he's unconscious.
Yes, he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, so a repeat of your first encounter. You basically stun him, but your stun is strong enough to just knock him out straight away, and yeah, he falls to the ground. Unfortunately, you don't have the strength to catch him, but he's still able to. He's still breathing when he hits the ground.
Okay, and then
Anything
I'm
else?
gonna 5, 10, 15, 20 hit
You don't have
this.
enough. Just getting up
Oh,
was
right,
half your
right.
movement.
That's right. And then going through allies is difficult terrain, right?
Sorry, what?
Well, I could go through here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that instead. And bonus action 5, 10, 15. Yeah, bonus action hit him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oof.
Does
my
that
second.
hit? Fortunately, it does hit, but you hit him on a beefy side of his forearm. So yeah, you do bruise him, but it does like basically no damage.
Okay.
Benjamin's turn. What is the pile
Okay.
of meat with horns going to do?
He is going to attack the goblin that's right here,
Yeah,
who keeps chasing him. That's a 22 to hit.
but that hits.
That's 9 slashing damage because of rage.
Yeah, so just one. Benjamin has had enough of these little pests and just sweeps him like with a broom with his axe and just punts the goblin over. The goblin just perishes.
Okay, and then he's going to move. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20, 30. He's going to try to. He's stomping on top of this dude and just getting like on top of the unconscious guy.
Okay,
He's
fair
getting up there.
enough. Anything else?
Nope.
Samuel, it's your turn.
Okay, I'll cross my fingers behind my shield and try and hit this dude.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so that's 10, and then I'll bonus action try and hit him.
All right, that one does not miss. That one does not hit. So the first hit you do, you strike him true, but the second hit, he sees it coming, and he's able to just move sideways just in time as your second thrust of the spear just actually hits him, but hits his beard, so cuts his beard in half. Like half the hair on his beard just jumps over, and he's looking really angry with like murder in his eyes, looking at you.
Oh, that was actually super
The goblins
cool.
are down. Franklin, it is now your turn.
Oop. We're just going to firebolt this boy.
Like over my shoulder. I like duck.
Oof. Well, that was fun.
You are worried about not able to control your power and hitting your allies, so unfortunately you overcompensate and totally miss your mark. Hopeful, it is now your turn.
Told the dead.
Right.
Wisdom saving throw.
Rolled a natural 8.
8 necrotic damage.
Yeah. Golden's starting to look rough. He doesn't know where this bell sound he heard comes from. Looks super annoyed by it, and trickles of blood are starting to trickle from his ears. Harry / Tom.
Boom. Boom. And then, oh god, the darkness.
Oh, darkness, my old friend. There we go.
And Vital Strike. It's 11 points of damage. Conk on the head.
Right. It's 11 points of damage.
Mhm.
All right, so the dwarf takes both hits. He all his eyes and hatreds are coming from going to Samuel. He does not see you strike him. You strike him twice in the ribs. You hear a crack. The dwarf reels in pain, but he's still standing.
Okay. Bonus action attack.
Stout boy.
19.
All right, a 19 does hit for damage.
7 points of damage.
All right, so you kind of Bruce Lee it with a final palm strike to his chest, and yeah, he just keels over.
Okay.
Unconscious. Congratulations, guys.
Franklin is going to walk over, touch his good friend Tom, and his hands glow white, and he's going to give him 2 HP.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh my gosh, that was so scary, and I'm out of everything. I just have 2 healing potions left.
Do you guys mind helping me tie up these people?
Yes. Why
You
do you
do
keep
mind?
not? No, I don't mind. I'll help you tie them up. But why do you keep on not killing people? These guys
Because,
were very obviously trying to kill us.
yeah.
Long says it would be much more efficient to just dispatch them.
I think we should turn them over to the authorities once we get out of here.
I think we are the authorities at this point.
Well, I mean, the guards accepted my other people that I gave to them.
Alright. I don't know. Samuel, do the guards accept, like, goblins and hobgoblins and shit?
I don't know, do they?
Goblins are they're not killed on sight, but people don't necessarily associate with them in the open here in Ptolus.
So if we took them up, would they be taken into custody?
Unless you report a crime, no.
Did they commit a crime? No, they're just down here chilling. I don't think anything will happen if you take them up.
Well, I mean, they are on here without. I'm pretty sure they don't have a permit to build down here.
I don't think you need a permit in secret cave systems.
And I think the city would be mad at them for causing earthquake. It's probably causing a lot of collateral damage around the city.
I
I don't
mean, that's
think
assuming that they're the ones causing it. They could just be grunts working for someone.
I don't think that they're the ones causing the earthquake.
Well, I don't think they're the direct cause of it.
Tom, you need to stop like running right in the front when you're all alone. You could have like waited and we could have like drawn them out or something, but
But then
like
they would
that was
have
so
attacked
scary
you.
to watch.
I'm gonna mitigame a bit, and I should have made you roll perception.
What?
Or
Maybe
yeah.
roll perception.
When you
to
guys
see-
scouted, I would have I should have
Oh.
made you roll perceptions.
Yeah, that's
fine.
fine.
It's already happened.
Plus,
That's
it's like a
big
one-way
DM.
thing because it's like thought they weren't gonna not see us coming from.
Yeah, I really want to have. We just need to be careful because you're squishy. I'll poke his arm.
Please don't do that. I mean,
Squishy.
I'm.
Starts bleeding again and just falls over.
Spare the dying. Okay. Is there anything super exciting in this chamber?
No, it's basically just cots. It's like you see some bookcases that have been that have been put on the ground and converted into like makeshift beds. You see tables and a fire pit that are there just for eating. You get a sense this is a communal area that is just for eating and sleeping.
I'm tying up everyone.
Okay. With rope, because right now you've tied up 3 people. I'm assuming that's the entirety of your 50 yards rope.
Probably. So I was asking if everyone else
Good
could help.
rope.
I guess I will hand over rope. I don't know why. I would probably just knock them out anyway.
Huh?
Or kill them anyway.
I really don't want to kill these people, please.
Alright. Do we want to go see what's in the other cave? The goblin mentioned a big door.
Yeah, I mean, we can, yeah.
Although we're all a little hurt, but I mean, I
I'm
don't think
fine.
there's a good. You are not fine, no. Uh, there
A
isn't
short
really a good
rest isn't
place
good.
to rest down here. I don't know if it's safe.
Well, it means the communal area.
Yeah, I know, but there could be somebody else who comes in here at any point.
Really quick, in game time, how long is an action?
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna use an action, and got the fucking. All right, and I'm going to use an action, use Font of Magic to spend my sorcery points to get a first level spell slot back.
Groovy.
Okay, so now
While
I
that's
have two.
happening, can everyone roll a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Hey, roll.
Why?
Nice. Is it against being frightened?
No.
Oh.
Okay, Franklin, did you roll? Oh, yes, you did roll. Crap. Okay. So, for those of you at home, everyone rolled pretty terribly except for Opal. Opal,
For some reason, I thought you were going to ask the people at home to roll wisdom saving throws.
Everybody roll.
Opal, you get the distinct feeling that you are being watched. The feeling occurs for roughly 3 or 4 seconds and then just stops and vanishes.
Guys, did you feel that? The hair on the back of everything is raised. I'm starting to poof out. Did you feel that? That was really weird. Did anybody else feel that? I'm really scared.
Feel what?
There was something here. There is something watching us. I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
No.
And I will, like, go and hide behind somebody who's next to me who's big.
Franklin?
That shouldn't.
Sure.
That shouldn't surprise you.
Not Franklin. Franklin's not that.
He's tall,
he's
isn't he?
he's a caster. Samuel, hide behind Samuel. He's right there.
Wow. Just because he's a caster, he can't be a strong boy? What a
He's squishy.
stereotype.
I mean, that shouldn't surprise you. We're kind of going into someone's lair, and they can cause earthquakes.
The DM, did I recognize any magic or anything?
No.
I-
You okay? Because you are a cleric, you felt some celestial energy coming from that.
There was some weird celestial energy. I don't like it.
Celestials are like angels, aren't they?
I think so, but I did what the spying on us.
Maybe it's like them watching us? I don't know. Because we did something
Feel
good.
Did it feel? Would I have a sense of if it felt like malicious or anything?
No, it felt ambivalent. Mild
Okay.
surprised at best.
Okay.
Wow, this party sucks.
I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm going to keep my eye out. I'm still hiding behind Samuel. And still very poofy.
So, what's the plan? Are we gonna go check out the other door?
I don't think we can safely be down here, so we probably should.
I can keep watch if you guys stay over here.
What do you mean?
Like, watch the one entrance into this place?
A short rest isn't, or resting isn't going to do me any good. But it is up to the rest of you.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's not gonna do Benjamin any good either, other than getting some HP back. I'm going to take a healing potion and put it in Tom's hands and say, "You need to hold on to this, and you need to drink this if you get hit really hard." Or do you want me to, like, give it to somebody else to give it to you, because this is like the bajillionth time that you've hit the ground?
You should give it to someone who can probably take a hit.
Samuel has one.
These are the ones.
Samuel gave
I
it to
gave
me.
it to her. Opal. I don't have one.
Okay. I thought you gave it back.
I'm giving it back to Samuel.
I think that would be better with somebody else who needs it.
Yeah, but Tom isn't going to take it, and so you need to have it in case he goes down, because this is the bajillionth time.
Okay, you want me to give it to him? Why don't you give it to him?
Because I'm sometimes far back and I can't get there in time.
I can try.
And it's fine. I have several others too. So just take one, just in case. So it's spread out.
I mean, I'm sorry if I'm being an inconvenience.
Oh, you're not an inconvenience. I'm just worried. And I don't have healing anymore. I can just keep you from dying.
You run out of healing?
Yes, there's only so much I can do every day, and I'll get stronger the more I grow. But, I can only do so much.
Can you get more? How does it work?
I just got to grow and get better and continue in my faith. No, like it's stronger, but not strength strong. Like in my faith and in my magic, and keep practicing.
Okay. So what do you want to do? I don't know if it'll be safe to come back if we leave.
I don't think it will. I think we need to push forward. I don't know about the rest of you. I just think we need to be careful.
I think we need to push forward too.
All right. So, which direction are you guys heading?
This way?
Okay. I see two directions that you guys can go.
Okay, he said that hold on, wrong page.
It's Ari's fanfiction page.
I'm still hiding behind Samuel because I'm creeped out. I don't know. Do we want to see what we think is down there? The goblin said to look for a big door.
We could split up if you like.
No. We are not splitting up.
We'd be able to cover more ground. I think it'd be...
Yeah, I think we'd cover a lot more ground. It's two paths.
Yeah. Me and Opal can go down one path, I go down the other.
Yes, but we've already exhausted a lot of our resources. It'd be best to stay together.
If you just mean poking our little faces down the paths, I think that's fine. But I don't think that we should go fully down one path without, everybody.
Whatever you want.
Fine. You still have Blessing of the Trickster. I'm gonna annoyingly stomp for 3 feet and then sink into a stealth that way. But you still have advantage.
Boop.
All right. You have...
It's 2 6s.
Yeah.
All right. Really loves being in danger, huh?
And I am keeping my ears open for everything right now.
1 triple 6s.
So, unfortunately, you arrive to a giant reinforced steel door.
Okay.
Do I see anything down here? I'm being like super cautious.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are splitting up. I was not aware
Oh,
of it.
sorry.
Yes. You do see a chamber. It's pretty dark in here. You see a sign that actually says, sorry. Dude, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, so you see a sign next to the hallway that you're on that says boss room, no enter or be crushed.
Wait. What was the first part? What room? No enter, be crushed?
Boss's room, no enter or be crushed.
I'm going to go back to the like. Do I hear anything in there?
Nope.
Can I like peek my little nose around? Do I see anything in there?
It's pretty empty. You do see two bookcases side by side. That seems to have been used for a extra big bed.
I'll scamper back to the group. This seems to be where the boss was staying, but I don't think the boss is here now.
Well, perhaps Quilongs will say, perhaps we should investigate your room. There could be something that's useful, or at least let us know who our enemy is.
I agree, but I want to wait for Tom to come back.
I'm gonna inspect the door.
All right, make an investigation.
Okay. Boop. 16.
All right, so it's a steel door, heavily reinforced. You get a sense that whatever's on the other side, it was made to make sure that no one entered forcefully through. The locking mechanism is also top notch. It's possible to lockpick it would take a really long time, and somebody very skilled.
Oh, I guess Franklin has to pick the lock.
I'll go back. There's a big door over there.
The big door? I wonder if the key is in the boss room.
Boss room?
Yes, the boss's room is right down the hall.
Oh. The lock does look pickable, though it is pretty tight.
I mean, I can pick
Okay.
locks, but I'm not like super good.
Oh. What do you want to do?
The Quillion said that we should poke around the boss room a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe there's a key or something.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right, I'm assuming everyone's entering the room.
Yep.
Do we want somebody to keep watch?
I will stand guard.
Sure, you're just gonna get teleported away as the boss goes.
All right, so as you enter the room, yeah, it's pretty sparse. There's a bed made of two bookcases, a blanket. What's that? It's pretty damn barren.
Start like poking around and looking for secret doors and shenanigans and other things.
Sure.
I'll help her.
Roll invest. Oh, you could both roll investigation or one with advantage if you guys are proficient.
You could have. You're
I have-
proficient?
I have a +1, so no.
I'm proficient. So, you want to do separately?
No, you just roll with advantage.
12.
Okay. With a 12, which by the way was a DC,
Oh no.
you find a false wall at the end of the chamber. The false wall is not securely closed, and it would seem like it could easily be pushed open.
But
I'm gonna gently push it open.
All right. Doop, 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 doop. Damn it. Why do I
Oh,
keep
no,
doing
they
that?
ate me.
Oh no.
The darkness ate
We're
you.
gone.
Right. So yeah, you open the door, and yeah, it's a small little hallway. I find it curious as you look at the false hall more closely. You do see that there was a trap there, but it seems to have been disarmed.
Do we want to go down this room, or do we want to go back and check the iron door, or what?
I think
Did you-
this might be an alternate path to there. Either that or this is a fake room and the real room's behind us.
That is a very good point. I'll listen. Do we hear anything?
Nope.
Okay. Let's pursue this route then. I'll go over here and be like, we found a secret door.
Along his rushes.
Oh god.
Secret door. Oh boy.
Come on, guys. Samuel,
I'm standing guard.
but there's the secret door. We're gonna close it behind us. No, come back.
Whoever owns it.
We can close it behind us, and people
All
won't know
right. So
we're even
in
here.
Oh.
as Tom looks into it, you see it's a small chamber filled with barrels and crates. You get a sense that this is where all the valuable items are being stored. Most of it seems to be
I'm gonna
rotten
hold my hand out
vegetables
to
or
stop
books.
Opal. Tries to go past me. This is probably all illegally stolen, so let's not touch anything.
But what if there's a key to the big door in here?
If you promise not to take anything from this room,
All
You
right,
keep
I
it.
promise not to take anything from this room
besides the key.
besides the key.
Okay. I'll let her go past.
I am snooping through everything.
Roll an investigation.
12.
Nice.
All right, so most of what you find is rotten vegetables or books, some rusted, unusable weapons and trinket. But you do see crates filled with other items that seems to be very valuable. You do find some gold as well. You find 290 gold coins,
Okay.
600.
When I think that Tom isn't looking, I'm gonna try to sneak some into my pocket.
I'm just watching Opal. But she can try.
All right, so in total, guys, you guys find 290 gold coins, 600 silver coins, a violet garnet, which is worth 500 gold coins. You also find a dark wood medium shield, an ever-burning torch, a fantastic lock that's not being used right now, a half-plate medium armor, a masterwork brass knuckles, and yeah, a arcane scroll of ray of enfeeblement.
I want you to know one of those things Opal can use.
There is a shield
Yep.
Brass
And-
knuckles
and the scroll.
of ray of enfeeblement.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna put this all in the chat, Candle.
That now.
You only get one chance to hear it. If you don't memorize it, it's gone.
I have it all written down. Tom, I think that we should keep some of this. Look
Did
at
you
there's
find-
brass knuckles.
Don't want brass knuckles. Did you find the key?
Did I find the key?
There is no key, unfortunately.
No, I didn't find the key. I am still trying to snitch some money into my pocket.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's an 8.
Tested by Tom's perception check.
Natural 20. Opal,
Yes.
Solid.
I'm still watching.
Your eyes just glow at the sight of the violet garnet, and you try to put in your your pocket surreptitiously, but divided garnets is so
tiny.
big it does not fit in your pocket.
Well, put
It
it
just
down.
drops on the floor.
But I like gems. They remind me of my mother.
These are probably stolen and belong to somebody. I think we should return them.
Can we bring them back to the Lord and he can decide what to do with them?
I don't know if I trust the Lord to give them back to the proper owners.
How do you expect to find who owns that stuff? They
Yeah,
put-
there's a lot of stuff on here,
I
and
mean, we
how
could
do
probably
we
turn
know?
it to the guards, and they probably have some type of lost and found, or
Samuel,
but
would the guards do
unless-
this? I don't trust them.
Probably not, since it's a bunch of random things.
See, it's just a bunch of random things. There's no way to find their true owners.
okay.
If you
then
wish to find the true owner, you should honestly, in all honesty, you should probably just start traveling and asking people, but they could be far away from here.
And also, if you say, hey, did you have the super awesome half plate armor? Everybody's going to be like, yes. Or, are these your gold coins? Yes, these are my gold coins. I would say that.
I would highly recommend that if you don't wish for us to keep them, we just donate it.
But I want them. Like, giant ass kitty
By the
eyes.
way, Franklin is saying this while reading. He does not care which way you guys go with this. Believe.
And you could probably hit things better with brass knuckles.
that sounds really violent to use brass knuckles.
Look at, they're not like pokey. You're not gonna like puncture somebody in the face. It's just gonna be like using your fists, but a little
I'm gonna
bit.
inspect them.
Okay, so yeah, you make a investigation check.
22.
All right, with a 22, you look at the brass knuckles, and yeah, they are finely made. A true blacksmith created these. In a sense that, yeah, it would really pack a punch if you were to use them. They are not spiked. They're just regular brass knuckles.
And,
There's no way that they're gonna get back to their owners, and so wouldn't it be better for us to take them and do some good with them? Think about all the good that we could do. Like, if we had them, the fight back there would have been so much easier, and we would have like probably hurt less people because we could have just like, it would have been easier to control what we're doing.
okay. Let's say I let you keep the stuff. We donate the money to charity. You can keep the gem.
Okay. But can we take 30 gold so we can fix this the wand so that we can give it to Franklin?
Okay, you can take 30 gold. That's it.
And our 10 gold to tip Fredo. Our 10 gold to buy new shoes.
Find out that there actually are no charities in Ptolus.
I just love the fact that Opal always convinces Tom of things. It cracks me up so much.
Also,
All right, with
enfeeblement, I can't use it. So
Nobody can. None of us are wizards or warlocks.
With a 10 investigation, you also see something else. You also notice a tarp that is covering a very tall object in the corner.
I will take it off.
All right. When you take it off, it reveals a curious sight.
Huh?
It reveals a gold statue of a
God.
man, life size.
Oh, I don't trust this.
Can I nose around it a little bit?
Sure, roll a perception check.
Tian.
That's a DC, damn. So yes, you recognize this statue. You recognize the man that this statue was made. It is a statue of the man you've seen painting in Zevere's house. This is the statue of Abercrombie.
This is really weird. This is the dude that what's his face was talking about. Like the one that he trusted so much. Why would they have a gold statue unless he was the one orchestrating this the whole time? Oh my gosh.
Or
That
it might
stuff
have
like
been
only
stolen
happens in
because
books.
it's made of gold.
Can
It
I
might
like
be-
poke my fingers around more and like look for little hidden compartments?
On what do statue?
Yeah.
Well, with your perception check, you don't find anything, but you can
Aw.
investigate.
Yeah.
Natural one. Yeah.
5.
It seems to be just one solid block of gold.
Can I check if it's real gold? There's painted. What would that be?
Investigation. You could use your alchemist tools as well. Alchemist tools would be better.
6. Even better.
Yes. You don't know. It looks like gold. It feels like gold.
Might be fool's gold. Hard to tell.
Okay, guys. I think we're gonna leave the session here as is. It's been playing for
Right.
roughly 4 hours. I was hoping we would be able to finish this, but unfortunately, it took a bit longer than I expected. Yeah, we'll be able to finish this next session. So, everyone that has been watching us, thank you very much, and please tune in next time to see how this adventure concludes.
Bye.
If you are not following us on Twitter and YouTube, please do so. And then we will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the continuation of Wanderer's Path. That's all I had.
Bye.